we go. 6 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Froggy, it's just you and me. Yeah.
Hey there, buddy.
Yeah, all right.
How are you?
Yeah, glad my requests are met by just asking everyone to be here on time.
Did you read your email or your text message?
No.
Oh, look, there's Roxanne.
No, I just checked. I checked my text messages 4 minutes ago, and there was nothing there. So, hey, I am really aggravated at something.
What?
I'm really, really, really aggravated. Have you seen the size of Dum Dums?
The suckers?
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. Look, hey, Froggy, look at me. The Dum Dum. This is the
size of a BB.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah.
I mean, if they
I haven't had a Dum Dum or seen one since I went to my old barber shop 15 years ago.
Guess what? Guess where I got this Dum Dum?
Barbershop?
Pretty much.
Nice. We have a lot of Dum Dums in our house.
Yeah.
I don't call Doug that.
Yeah.
No. And they are very small, but I like it because my kids want to eat them, so it's less sugar.
Oh, but these things, if they get any smaller, they'll be invisible.
It's like an airsoft pellet.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I brought this.
The stick's almost bigger.
I brought this in. Julian got a haircut. I wonder if they've been there all along. I just didn't notice them. But Julian got a haircut on Sunday, and we went to see Ha! Love Ha.
Mm-hmm.
Ha is
your
Ha.
barber.
And just, I wouldn't say
Beautician.
I wouldn't say the female haircutter's a barber, but
She's a hairstylist.
yeah, Ha is a hairstylist, and she works at the Great Clips in the West Shore area. So West Shore and Kennedy, there's a Great Clips, next to Petco. And hey, did you know that they moved the Barnes and Noble? They moved the Barnes and Noble from over on Dale Mabry.
Yeah.
So near Kennedy and Dale Mabry, they had that big Barnes and Noble, and that has been moved to West Shore and Kennedy. So it's where that Panera is, and you've got a Petco in there, and now you got Barnes and Noble in there.
And there's a Starbucks in there too, right?
Yeah, there's a Starbucks, but
I closed the Barnes and Nobles. Nobody buys books anymore, do they?
I went in there on Sunday, and there were a lot of people in there. Hold on,
just sitting there.
Hold on,
please.
You said nobody buys books?
No, people would download them on the Kindle.
Kindle.
I want to read a book. I want to turn real pages. I don't want to use a Kindle. I've never purchased a Kindle. I don't want a Kindle. I want an actual book to hold and turn pages. That's what I want.
When it's electronic, it doesn't stick in my head as much as it does if it's a real book with real paper.
Let me get back to the Dum Dum. So Julian got his haircut on Sunday from Ha over at Gray Clips in that shopping center, and I never noticed they had a little container of Dum Dums.
Yeah,
so I'm like, you know what? I haven't had a Dum Dum in a while, so I grabbed the Dum Dum. And Froggy, as you astutely mentioned, the Dum Dums are the size of BBs now. What the hell? I mean, let me take.
It's like the diameter of the stick is almost the same.
Let me take the wrapper off of this. I mean, this Dum Dum.
What flavor is it?
I think it's lime or lemon or. This is lemon lime. Yeah, there's a lemon on there. There's a lime on there. So I'm going to hold it up to MJ TV right there. But this Dum Dum, if I hold up like the tip of a pen, I mean, it's the pen tip.
I know.
is not that much bigger.
You know, it's the size of a Q-tip. You could clean your ear with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna shove it up my nose. I mean, this might actually fit up my nostril. But when did Dum Dums get to be so freaking tiny?
I don't know. I mean, I don't remember them ever being super big like
Dude,
a blow pop.
They were twice the size of this. They were absolutely listen, this is
There's a Dum Dum conspiracy?
Yeah, speaking of Dum Dums, hey, Fester, why are you running late this morning?
Speaking of
Fester just walked in a couple of minutes ago. Like, we're already 3-4 minutes into the show, and Fester walks in.
Just stroll in.
Why?
You really want to know?
He's coming up with the story right
No,
now.
it's no story. No story. Last night I'm driving with the kids, and it was like left to right, sideways rain. So I went home thinking, I'll go out and get gas later.
Yeah.
And with this new Cadillac, when it says low gas, I really can't tempt it like I did the Lincoln.
Yeah,
so
and also you already ran out of gas on I-4 near
the Ford dealership.
What is
Gator
that?
Ford.
No, but what's the exit?
Exit 10
But what name is that? I don't know the numbers.
The Seffner exit, the
All right. So
Mango Road, I
So
think.
let me guess. You had to stop for gas this morning.
So I went to your Walmart. It's not even open yet. It's like unmanned. But you just go there and you pay with the card.
Well, that's what most people do. What do you walk in with coins sometimes?
Okay, yeah, but that's right. I'm with you.
You pay with a card. Wow,
But
it's revolutionary. You pay with a credit card.
Unmanned. You don't go to gas stations that are closed. I've never been to a gas station.
I've never been inside that thing. It's always unmanned to me because I drive in, I walk to the pump, I stick my credit card in. I've never gone inside that Walmart.
But there's a person in there when you
I don't know if there's a person in there. I've never been in there. I have no idea if there's a person in the Walmart gas station at Dale Mabry and 275.
Whole place is locked up. I get my gas.
So why didn't you get up 10 minutes earlier if you knew?
I didn't know. I didn't realize.
You didn't know?
Well, okay, because I knew.
Well, I guess that's why how you run out of gas on I-4 a month ago or whatever.
I recognized it, and even then I knew, well, you know what? I can make it to the exit, and I couldn't. And then I'm thinking, you know what? There's a bridge coming up.
Yeah, and they have signs. It's like check gas, long bridge ahead.
And I'm thinking.
Ever notice those signs they have?
I heeded the sign, and I'm thinking to myself, I could make it. I could totally.
How'd you heed the sign? I don't think a sign is before that. There's no sign before where you pulled off for gas.
I've seen the sign a billion times before.
All right,
I know.
MJ's picking the holes out of your story.
I am. I mean, it's collapsing right. It's collapsing right in front of us.
I'm analytically.
It's collapsing like a New York City crane on top of a
Too
building.
many details, Spencer.
I'm looking at retreat. I stopped to get gas. That's it. That's the story. But I'm looking at the gas gauge, and I can still see a little bit of space between the bottom line.
Oh, will you stop it? Come on.
Should I push it? Yeah.
I could totally make it. And I'm like, you know what? It's a construction zone. People are going a million miles an hour. I'm probably going to get smashed. So I'm going to get gas.
Yeah,
now.
crazy drivers on the road today with the full moon. I noticed.
I was just about to mention the moon. The moon is huge, and you realize that this month is a very special month.
It's like a super duper moon or something.
Well, it is a super moon. The moon is bright. The moon is huge, and it's pretty much facing right at us, heading 275 south, going over the Howard Franklin Bridge. It was like right in my face. As we head south to get off at the, by the way, for those that didn't hear, I'm hearing that the 4th Street exit is going to open back up just before Labor Day. That's what I'm hearing from inside sources. But the moon deal is, you don't know what it is. So it's a super moon here on August 1. Today, oh man, my credit cards are due today.
Yeah, today is August 1.
Yeah, today's August 1st. So all my credit cards I have due on August 1.
Let's take some time during the show to pay them.
Well, I can. I've got the apps. But does anyone realize what the deal is with the moon this month?
Oh, they're going to be 2 full moons?
Yeah. So it's once in a blue moon is that saying. And the moon at the end of the month on August 30th, I believe, is another full moon. And that's 2 full moons in 1 month. It only happens, every 3 years or so. And that's where the term once in a blue moon comes from. And it's like, hey, guess what? The whole crew here on time, that's also like once in a blue moon. Yeah. All right, 6:08, just getting rolling on the MJ Morning Show. We're back in a second. Let's grab Pat with traffic. And we got a loaded MJ Morning Show here on a Tuesday. Money's on the way. Another chance for you to grab $1,000. Details next. Watch for a crash. 1 now. $1,000 on the way. Who won yesterday? Where's my Leah? Lee? It's L-E-A. How do you pronounce that? Is that
Leah? I think that's a Leah.
L-E-A? So Lee or Leah?
I mean, it could be Lee like P, like the letter, like the vegetable.
Yeah, so Lee in St. Petersburg won the grand yesterday. Another chance today. So the Tuesday $1,000, with our MJ Cash Stash contest, we're giving away $1,000 every day. So the last 3 weeks, we've given away 15 grand, $5 grand a week. Times the last 3 weeks is 15 grand. And then here we go. We got more money this week, another $1,000 a day. So Lee yesterday won, or Leah. Lee in St. Pete, she grabbed a grand.
I'm going to go with Leah because my middle name is Lee and it doesn't have an A on it. It's just Lee, L-E-E.
Your middle name is Lee? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the general.
The General
General
Lee.
Lee.
Her mother was very active in Daughters of the Confederacy.
Yeah, sure. And were you into
Yeah.
Dukes
My
of
answer.
Hazzard? Were you into Dukes of Hazzard? Was that a big show of yours when you were a kid?
Yeah, Daisy Dukes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you have Daisy Dukes?
Yep.
Still have Daisy Dukes?
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, your pants. Hold on a minute. People called you out on that. You know what? I had that on the list yesterday, and I did not bring it up. But you're not going to escape that. Hang on a minute. So $1,000 on the way today. You know the deal, folks. Listen between 9 and 9:20 this morning. That's the big reveal. Between 9 and 9:20, I'll give you the song to listen for. When you hear that song, guaranteed to play during the workday before 6 p.m. When you hear that song, just be the 7th caller, and you win $1,000. So it's easy. This is a dummy. Speaking of Dum Dums, this is a Dum Dum proof game. I'm telling you, this is fantastic. You don't have to think. There's no brain is required. I give you the song title between 9 and 9:20, and then you listen all day, and then when you hear the song play, just be the 7th caller, and we're blowing out $1,000 just left and right. Another grand today. Here on the MJ Morning Show. So when I said pants, speaking of pants, people have been approaching me on social. I've got some DMs and also some email. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, sounds like we have a lot of pants auditors who listen to the show.
Oh,
and they're
pants auditors. Yeah. Yeah, they used to work for Arthur Anderson like you.
Are there pants
until you sunk the company.
Yeah.
Because of your bad Enron accounting, right? Is that what did you in?
I did.
That's why you got into, TV sportscasting?
I made a quick escape because
Yeah.
my hands were dirty
So
after the Enron business.
Yeah, so and you're personally, if you go to Wikipedia, it says that the whole Arthur Anderson Big 8 accounting collapse.
It was Big 5 back then.
Oh, it wasn't Big 8 anymore?
No, when I was in it was Big 5.
Okay, all right.
And then now it's Big 4. I
Okay,
guess.
now it's I think it's Big 2 or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, who the hell knows?
Ernst and Young. Yeah, I can go through them, but go ahead.
But you left
Yes.
Arthur Anderson to get a job at Bay News 9?
No. It didn't go down like that. I left because I was married at the time, and the person I was married to moved to California, so I quit my job to move to California with him.
All right, let me get back to the pants audit.
Okay.
Do you know why people are hitting me up about your pants?
I think I might know why.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
not
did.
post the video?
I didn't.
Well,
I
that's
do
a
have
problem.
the video.
That's like my following days are over and I just got to follow through. Yeah. Do you know what song that is?
No.
My following days are over and I just got to follow through. You don't know that song?
No.
What a phenomenal song. It must not test. We don't play it. Andrew, come on. Andrew, you know the song I'm talking about? My following days are over. Just got to follow through. Andrew, any idea?
Andrew?
Andrew is like, he's quickly trying to find something, almost like he's going to try to play the song I'm talking about. Do you know the song?
It's right here. I know it. I'm still trying to remember what it is.
What do you mean it's right here? So you can't play it?
It's at the tip of his tongue.
If you
but
said
Right. I'm trying to remember what the song is.
Oh, if you said it's right here, I thought you got it to play for us. My following days are over, and I just got to follow through.
Just
Come
tell him.
on.
girls just want to have fun.
My dad said,
La Isla Bonita.
no, my dad didn't say La Isla Bonita. My dad said, life's either cherry red or
Cherry Brown?
midnight blue. Come on, Lou Graham, Foreigner. What a great song.
Oh, I have heard that, but when you
What do you
sing
mean
it, it sounds nothing like that.
This is a great song. Hey, does it start there? Because there's a little bit more of a little... Hold on, is that where the song starts? Where are you pulling it from, Andrew? Where's that coming from?
It's in our system.
It is in the system?
Yeah.
All right, we're missing some of the...
Cutting room floor if I was the producer of that album.
Yeah, okay, great. All right, so you did not follow through on your pants.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Why
What
did
were
you not?
Oh, the video.
Yeah.
Yes, why did you not follow through on your pants?
I just felt too thirst trappy by doing it.
Oh, as you writhe around on your pool deck in a bikini with side boob hanging out?
What, there's
Or-
too much clothing
Or
involved?
you on a raft with your butt hanging out in a little bikini right in our faces? Oh, those aren't thirst trappy? But the fact that you made a comment, why don't you refresh our audience, our listeners here at 6:28 in the morning? What did you say? Now, we didn't say anything. We didn't know this. You blurted out last week something about your pants.
Okay, so I was talking to Fester and I was having a confession, which is a Fester confession. Well, he
Right.
doesn't confess things. I confess things.
Yeah, she tells me things all the time. I'm
Okay.
like, why are you telling me this?
And so then I confessed to him that the pants that I was wearing, I've owned them since, whatever, early 2000s, mid 2000s, and they're barometer pants. So when I wear them, I can tell like, oh, those don't fit like they did last year. And I don't think I had them on since, winter or fall of last year.
What's swinter?
Swinter.
Is that?
It's winter and spring combined.
Is that when spring comes before winter because there's some type of a time shift? Swinter?
Nah, she lagged on the word since. It was
But
like
you went to the bathroom
Yes,
to
I did.
shoot yourself in the mirror
I did.
with your pants on because you said that the pants were tight in the waist and they were all tight on your butt, and you said the pants were all up your crack.
Well, I just said that they were too tight, and I
Right.
think my barometer was alert. I
But
think it was.
I specifically remember you saying crack.
But then
Did
we
I say crack?
Yes,
Probably. Oh,
But
yeah,
then-
because
but
then you were
then
like, yep.
you said you had a crack problem. All right. So I think there's even a picture. There's a picture on your laptop that was discovered when you forgot it at a computer store, and you had a crack pipe, I believe, and crack pants.
And
more
hookers
often-
from Russia, or where are they?
No, but you said you were going to post a video on your Instagram of your
Yeah.
tight ass pants, and it didn't happen. So I have people emailing me and, hey, MJ, where's the video of Roxanne in her tight pants, her barometer pants? So over the weekend, I'm going through email. I'm getting emails from people. I'm getting direct messages on Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. Folks, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you never know what the hell you're going to miss.
What a bunch of-
Certified.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
He's not done promoting
I
his Instagram.
got
right?
to get you some timing lessons. I do. All right, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio.
Oh boy, I don't know anybody could use a timing lesson more than you.
What are you talking about? My timing is impeccable.
Yeah, you can
That's one of the things that's helped my radio career is my timing.
Yeah.
cut it down a little bit.
What?
I mean, you're a little
I
long-winded.
think you're missing the point on timing. I don't think you.
There's two.
No,
There's two classes.
You clearly don't understand
Oh,
the timing.
Jesus.
No, you don't. You just don't understand the timing. So, Roxanne, why did you not post the video? People were clamoring for your pants video.
Is it my turn to talk now?
I don't know. Let's check with
I'm
the
just, asking,
instructor.
I'm just asking you to listen to the normal cadence of speech and know when to get in, when not to.
Okay,
Not
like
in the
when
middle
you
of my
said-
sentences and words,
Like
that's
when-
all I'm asking.
Like when you said, you should follow my Instagram, period, end of sentence. I didn't know that there was going to be yes, and the Instagram address is such and such because I thought we had heard it a lot already. But, okay, so yes, I have the video. It's right here.
Are you going to post the video? People have asked. I don't care about your tight pants video, but listeners, when you tell listeners you're going to do something, you got to follow through. That's why my following days are over. Now I just got to follow through. That's why I brought up the damn Lou Graham thing and Midnight Blue.
I'm going to post it. I'm going to tag you in it.
Whatever you got to do, just get it done because I want to fulfill our listeners' expectations is all I'm asking. All right, 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show. I am looking at a pretty good early morons in the news pile. We'll get to that next here on the MJ Morning Show. If you do not know about the big name change, you got to know about the name change. The Kemp Law Group is the new name. Mega billion, so it is a $1 billion jackpot tonight for Mega Millions after they've had a schnit ton of rollovers as well. I got my tickets the other night, so I'm all set for tonight. And of course, you know what I say. I spent $30, and essentially I just have to be happy with taking a 20 and a 10, or 3 10s, or a 10 and 4 5s. Or what other combos am I missing here? Yeah.
30 singles.
Exactly. I have to be perfectly content with taking that money and just lighting it on fire in my driveway.
How about a $20 bill, a $5 bill, and 5 ones?
That's another combination. Or what about all change?
Yeah.
How many quarters? So it would be, 120 quarters?
Yeah, 120
right?
quarters.
120 quarters would be $30 as well. So Mega Millions tonight, $1 billion.
600 nickels.
Yeah. Is that what it is? 600?
20 nickels a dollar times 30?
Yeah, if you say so. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Roxanne made an observation. Before I get to the early morons in the news, which got a couple of doozies this morning. Yeah, so the moon, I don't know if you can still see because the sun's coming up now. I'm sure the moon is still out. But coming in this morning, 5 o'clock hour, the moon was bright. The moon was full. The moon was massive.
It was nice.
It was a massive, super full moon. And, of course, this is a blue moon month because we get another full moon at the end of the month, I think on the 30th of August. So every, I think 3 years, you get we get a full moon twice a month, and that's where the term comes from. Once in a blue moon. But Roxanne also mentioned earlier off the air, and I'm going to mention it now on the air, that you seem to notice more maniac drivers because of the full moon. That's what you're attributing that to?
Yeah, you know what I noticed today? There were a lot of clumps, like clumpy patches of cars together, and then weavers in and out of the clumps, like crazy weavers. How often do you drive to work during your regular commute to work that you hear horns honking at 5:30 in the morning on the bridge? I heard it 3 times. 3 horns honked.
Well, because of people weaving in and out,
Yes.
So how does the moon affect I know it affects the tides. How does it affect the driving? Is everybody, the people turning into werewolves as they're driving?
It's just like police and fire and rescue and medical personnel will tell you that when there's a full moon, it just seems to be more active. That whether
That's
it's
dumb.
the gravitational pull, it just seems to make people. And I don't know if this is scientifically proven.
It is, and I can explain it, but continue.
I don't. Again, well, why don't you dig up the science?
But continue.
Bring up the science. Science. Bring up the science. Listen, I really would like to know.
Yeah.
But if you talk to those professionals, they'll tell you that it seems that when there's a full moon, that the activity is juiced up, that there are more idiots, more wackos, more things go crazy. And I actually, I was ahead of you on the bridge this morning, and I actually saw some maniacs as well. I had a nut job, again, come up on me, and he probably within a foot of my bumper doing 95, 100 miles an hour. And I just watched him. I watched him bounce back and forth from the right side of the bridge to the middle to the left. I mean, he was weaving, and it's like, where is the FHP when you need him? Where's that Pinellas County deputy? I haven't seen her on the bridge all week. Or even last week, I didn't see maybe she's on vacation. I don't know. But there's a Pinellas County deputy that we all tend to see heading in from Hillsborough a lot of times when we're driving in. And I've seen her on the bridge with some people pulled over or tending to accidents. So, all right.
You won't believe what I saw this morning, dude. It was crazy. It was a van.
Yeah.
And there was a kid on top of it, like surfing it, and he looked like a werewolf.
Because of the moon.
I think and he was howling.
And it was Jason Bateman.
It was Michael J. Fox. That's a scene from Teen Wolf.
Yeah, I know. Yes,
very good movie.
I kind of got that.
I want a keg of beer.
The whole full moon thing. All right, so what's the science?
Wait, I'm confused now. Was it Jason Bateman or Michael J. Fox?
Jason
in that
Bateman was
movie?
in Teen Wolf 2, the
Thank
boxing
you.
one.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
yes.
why I'm confused.
Right.
Simple mistake.
And then Peewee Herman, rest in peace.
Oh, God.
Yes, we'll
I
get
don't
to
want to
that.
talk about
He was
it.
in Teen Wolf 3.
The one that took place in the movie theater.
All right, so you guys asked
Teen Wolf.
Peen.
Peewee Wolf.
We'll get into Peewee Herman later on. Listen, I think
know.
he went to high school in Sarasota.
He was,
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a semi-local guy, and of course he had his little exposure incident in a theater down in Sarasota.
A lifetime of art, and that's the only thing we can bring up.
Yeah, I mean,
about this
seriously.
guy.
Guy's a genius.
A true genius.
Listen,
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I've got my Peewee Herman tribute coming up.
Okay.
I thought Peewee Herman was great.
Yeah, he was.
All right, so give
Okay.
me the science.
Most of the human body is water with an average of roughly 60%. So depending upon your hydration, might be between 50 and 75% water. So if you think about it, if we are made of largely water and then the moon affects tides and affects bodies of water, then it certainly affects us at a cellular level, which can affect us physiologically and mentally, etc. And my uncle, who was a homicide detective in Miami, I remember reading interviews that he did, and he would be like, "Yep, there were a lot of murders tonight because it was a full moon." Like he was like, "Yes."
Well, it's easier to see your victims because it's so bright. You stab them in the chest easily.
Like, come on, Froggy, really?
Well, it doesn't make sense. It's stupid. The moon affects the tides. The tide's not rising in my body water.
The gravitational effect apparently makes people go nutty as well. So
Yeah.
That's a bunch of hooey.
that's I need to do a little more research on that.
Yeah, I think so. Before you spout this nonsense.
I think I just laid it out pretty clearly.
I think you did a good
I
job.
believe
I
Roxanne, but
just
not
got to
you.
make sure that it's factual. All right, early morons in the news. Gotta love this. Headline, teen who doused dad with drain cleaner smiles after she was let out of jail. Isn't that lovely? Throwing drain cleaner on dad. Michigan teen threw drain cleaner on her sleeping father because he was too drunk to drive her to a hair appointment. That sounds like a really pleasant household, doesn't it?
Oh, I mean, it sounds like they have clean drains.
Dad is too drunk to drive the daughter to a hair appointment, so she throws caustic drain cleaner on him. Oh, my God. Anyway, she was released from prison after just 506 days. Megan Emirowitz, 19, faced a possible life sentence when she was found guilty of tossing lye powder on her dad, Conrad Emirowitz, while he was sleeping. The attack caused extensive chemical burns that required his feet and part of his leg to be amputated,
Holy cow.
as well as other infections. He had kidney failure.
Dude, just dumping a Drano on him?
So he
did
eventually
this?
he died from his injuries.
This is nuts.
She poured in his mouth?
So he was unable to recover and died.
Oh my God.
Gosh, we talked about this yesterday when we were talking about the scalding boiling water poured on someone. We're like, would you rather have boiling water or acid?
He was unable to recover and died back in March of 2022. Amirowitz denied throwing lye at her dad, claimed that she had thrown some bread at him to wake him up. How do you make that story stick? What, the bread caused like his feet to fall off? And come on.
Maybe it was really moldy.
Denied throwing lye at her dad. Prosecutors said that she attacked him because he was drunk and was unable to take her to a hair salon appointment, which is nuts, before her 18th birthday, according to Michigan news sources. That is, and that she's out.
Can't take her to any haircuts now, Dad.
How do you get out of prison after just 506 days after killing your dad with caustic lye drain cleaner?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Usually murder puts you away for quite a while.
How the hell does that happen? Anyway, very pleasant house. You know, when the father's all liquored up, can't drive the daughter, and then, of course, the daughter thinks of retaliation by throwing drain cleaner on him, which ultimately killed him. That, a family that prays together stays together.
Yeah. I pray you don't throw lye in my face.
I was trying to think of something to say there. I just remember when I was a kid.
A family that prays together stays together.
When I was a kid living in Virginia Beach, our neighbor, Melvin and Diane, they had a great summer home on the Albemarle Sound in North Carolina, in Edenton, North Carolina. And we used to drive from Virginia Beach during the summer months. We went down there a lot, like maybe every other weekend. We went down to the Albemarle Sound in North Carolina. Edenton area. We used to pass through Hertford. That's where Catfish Hunter's from. And I just remember there was a billboard, just always stuck in my head. There was a billboard that read, "The family that prays together stays together." And I don't know if I've ever uttered that or mentioned that story in my entire broadcast career, but there we go.
Did your dad-
On this 1st of August, 2023.
Pop pulled over the car.
Amen.
All right, everybody, let's join hands.
Yeah, all right.
Bow your head, Todd.
6:51 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Yeah, we got to talk about Peewee Herman. Peewee Herman has passed. I don't think anyone knew he had a brain tumor. Yeah, terrible, terrible story. If you're making a move, folks, don't make the wrong move. 7:03, I believe. Yeah, 7:03 here on a Tuesday. $1,000 on the way again today. You could be the next $1,000 winner. All you have to do is listen, enjoy this quality MJ Morning Show entertainment, and then between 9 and 9:20 later this morning, I will give you the next MJ Cash Stash song. So you listen. I give you the song title, then you listen for that song to play. Guaranteed during the workday before 6 p.m. when you hear it, be the seventh caller, 800-990-1047, and win $1,000. We've already given away $16,000. So the last 3 weeks, $5,000 a week is 15. And then yesterday we gave away $1,000 to Lee in St. Lee or Leah? It's L-E-A.
It's Leah.
It is Leah. So Leah in St. Petersburg, we gave away $1,000 to her yesterday, and you could be the next $1,000 winner. So 9 to 9:20 this morning, listen for the song. I'll give you the title coming up. Hey, Froggy, can you help us out yet with the Froggy Thursday mystery?
Oh, no, I can't talk about that
Yeah, that
yet.
is a mystery.
It's the Froggy
Very personal.
Thursday mystery.
I'm just going to keep it to myself.
Mystery.
Very personal issue.
Froggy mystery.
Yeah.
Mystery. So Froggy said that he probably needs Thursday off.
Yes.
And I got a text over the weekend, hey, I'm going to need Thursday off, or I got a family thing. And then yesterday I asked Froggy, so what is this thing on Thursday?
personal.
And now he's like, I can't tell you. But then you said yesterday that you might be here, but then, so what's the deal?
I can't tell you yet. It's very it's hit or miss.
Come on, why are you running us in circles
I'm
over
not running
here?
us in circles. I'm running us in Z formations, if anything. Maybe an X.
I have noticed that you really expect us to say whatever reason it is why we're not here.
Yeah, it's a personal day.
I tell you why I'm not here.
I noticed that too.
I always tell why I'm not here.
Right.
We don't care.
If I got to get a tube shoved up my butt for a colonoscopy, I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I know, for 5 days.
What is this, bust on me day? What's
Well,
going on?
no,
here?
it's just-
it's a personal day.
As an employee of a company, Froggy's entitled to take a personal day.
I
without-
realize that, but we're generally
So you don't want to break HIPAA violations?
we're generally pretty open about what we're doing, and I'm just curious what the story is. Hey, do you know who Grandma Fenty is?
You asked us that as we went into the song.
I did.
And I didn't know, but now I think I have an idea.
You looked it up.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I didn't.
you did.
No, I just started to think.
Come on.
Started to think.
Come
what
on.
would Fenty be a cute nickname for?
All right, what do you think Grandma Fenty is all about?
A grandma who's all pilled up on fentanyl.
You're pretty close.
A grandma who sells fentanyl?
How about a grandma that runs like an international fentanyl ring?
Wow.
By the way, folks, please note that I'm saying fentanyl, not fentanyl. So
Thank God.
so many people call it fentanyl. It's not. It doesn't sound like Tylenol. It's fentanyl, NYL. Anyway, listen. This is crazy. They call her the Breaking Bad grandma, or Grandma Fenty.
Yeah.
Now, Breaking Bad, in all fairness, that was the blue crystal meth they were making. But, man, this is crazy. The Breaking Bad grandma, also known as Grandma Fenty, is accused of running an international drug ring out of her California home. And this woman is living life like normal. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, she was recently photographed at her grandson's Little League game. I mean, can you imagine? Like, you know,
Aw.
can you imagine you're at Palmacia Little League, or what are some other Little League? Froggy, what are other little?
Keystone.
What is it?
Keystone
There's a bunch
Little
of them.
League.
All right, well, listen,
Schimberg Little
every
League.
neighborhood has
I don't-
Forest Hills.
That's what I'm
Little
saying.
League.
I don't know them all.
North Tampa Little League.
Right,
We're
I
talking
don't-
pony baseball or Little League?
Listen, I just know that my son played Palmacia Little League for a bunch of years.
There's a bunch of them.
All right.
Forest Hills.
I'm just saying, can you imagine if a grandma goes to see her grandson at a Little League game and she's known to be some kind of international fentanyl like dealer, importer, running a giant ring out of her California home?
Is that an issue that grandma goes to see the boy?
It's like that grandma that was like basically Escobar. that got killed a few years ago. What was her name? I forget. But she was an old lady, and she was running a coke operation bigger than Escobar's.
Joanne Segovia, 64, has been out on bail since being charged with allegedly leading a double life, dealing drugs, including deadly fentanyl, while working as the executive director for the San Jose, California Police Officers Association. This story gets nuttier and nuttier.
See, 64 doesn't seem like a grandma, though.
Facing up to 20 years in prison, she's smiling and cheering at a local San Jose, California ballpark. And when I saw this, I'm like, oh, my God, Grandma Fenty, Breaking Bad. And I'm just imagining, when Julian was playing Palmacia Little League, that there's some cheering grandma in the stands, and everyone knows that she's been arrested and she's out on bond for running this international drug ring out of her home.
Damn. Was she rich or what? Did she have a big mansion?
Grandma Fenty. And then there was a scene, apparently, when police showed up. There was this massive scene, and she was at the top of the stairs, and she yelled, "Say hello to my little friend."
He was at the bottom of the stairs when he did that.
Was he?
Yeah. Might I say the worst accent probably in any movie ever.
What, Al Pacino?
Al Pacino. Hey, listen to me. You look like a lizard. It's like terrible accent. So fake.
So did Grandma put dead horses' heads in people's beds and stuff? I mean, how deep in was she?
It sounds like she was in pretty deep.
As I mentioned yesterday, over the weekend, we watched Godfather 1 and Godfather 2 because we're just making sure that Julian's already seen a lot of movies and a lot of important movies, but we're kind of just, before Julian goes off to NYU Film School, we're just making sure that he's seen all of the really important movies that are likely to come up in his studies as he goes to Tisch, starting September 1st or so.
Exciting stuff.
It is.
Make sure he watches Joe Dirt before he goes. It's a really good movie.
Are you going to take some time and recap the greatest Peewee movies?
Oh, please. Big Adventure. I could quote the whole movie.
Big Adventure? Oh, no kidding.
Pee-wee's Playhouse on Saturday mornings. That was so fun.
Did you say Penis Playhouse?
I said Pee-wee's Playhouse.
No, that sounded like you said Penis Playhouse.
Nobody thought that.
No. Hey, Andrew, can you pull that audio quickly?
Penis Playhouse.
Listen, well, guess what? That happened in Sarasota, actually.
Oh, I feel so bad for him.
Seriously.
That's got to be in every article written about him.
But listen, all of the news reports last night, rest in peace, Peewee Herman. I like Peewee Herman. Now,
Paul Rubens.
Yeah, Paul Rubens, Peewee Herman, has passed away 70. Can you believe he was 70 years old?
I mean, when he made it, he must have been almost, 35?
I think he was in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
Like back in the 80s when he did Pee-wee's Play. Roxanne, you said Penis Playhouse.
Listen to the replay. I did not say that. I know what I said. You know how I know that I didn't say that word? Because I don't like to say that word. I just, ew.
She likes to yell it.
What, you like to use the C word or the D word? So,
what I mean,
hold on now.
What are you laughing at?
Because
I like to call
terrible.
it bleep.
What?
I mean, I would rather probably use a D word.
Do you say pud?
What's that?
Pud.
Isn't pud also another?
You're a pud.
I'm telling you. Do you have the audio? All right, hang on. Andrew has the audio. I'm pretty sure that you did not say Pee-wee's Playhouse. You said Penis Playhouse. And all right, Andrew, let me hear the audio, please. Roll it. Here we go.
Pee-wee's Playhouse on.
Hold on. Go again.
Pee-wee's Playhouse on Saturday.
Hey, let me hear it again.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, that's Penis Playhouse.
You got to give me like 5 seconds before, Andrew, so I can build it up.
On Saturday.
The whole movie.
Big Adventure? Oh, no kidding.
Pee-wee's Playhouse on Saturday mornings.
Penis.
Oh, yeah.
You said
totally.
penis.
Penis Playhouse.
Yeah, you said Penis Playhouse.
Roxanne.
Yeah.
And I still have that VHS.
Are you still fixated with what happened to him in the adult theater down in Sarasota?
No.
Because that was Penis Playhouse.
I don't see where they had
That's
to
why he got arrested.
dredge that up.
Back in 1991, if I'm not
He
mistaken.
got arrested in 1991 for that, and it's in every story
It
forever
is.
the end of time.
It is because he was like a kid's TV host, and then he's in a theater in Sarasota, yanking and cranking,
Yeah, but think of all the worst things he could have been doing.
Before he was a kid's TV host, he was like he was a stand-up. He was a comic. He was a character.
Yeah, all right,
Well,
listen,
that was
I don't want to. I don't want to get.
Right?
I don't want to get. Say it again.
Wasn't Pee-wee's Playhouse like a traveling tour before that was on TV?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, I don't want to get too late here. I want to stay totally on time because I love to start our hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. I love to start that on time, like at 7:23. So let me grab my quick break here, folks, because then in minutes we go an hour and 20 minutes nonstop. No commercials, no music, just an hour and 20 minutes, and we start that next. And I want to get back into Pee-wee's Playhouse, and because he put out a statement that came out after he died, and the estate put out a statement. Seriously, I like Peewee Herman. I really did, Paul Rubens. And he passed away yesterday. Nobody knew that he was like in this like 6-year battle with like a brain tumor. It's crazy. All right, we're loaded next. We have a little situation I got to talk about. There was a moment of shock and disbelief. We'll get to that coming up. Also, Roxanne, will you do a dream interpretation for me?
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Oh, yeah, I got a weird one. It's like recurring but not recurring. I'll explain. Folks, I can't even scratch the surface of what's coming up next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, so do not move. I am MJ along with Roxanne and Froggy and Fester, 724 here at the MJ Morning Show, and we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ right now. Oh, Roxanne, by the way, thinks she's better than all of us. Oh, yeah. Roxanne is gloating today, and she's just riding on top of the wave, and she thinks that she's far superior to any of us in the room, and we'll explain coming up in just a bit. Hey, let me finish up with Peewee Herman, as we need to just do a Peewee Herman, Paul Rubens tribute. I mean, really a mystery. I mean, out of nowhere, the news broke that Paul Rubens, Peewee Herman, that he died. Oh, did you know he's in the Blues Brothers?
Oh,
Did you know that?
you must love him even more for that.
Absolutely. One of my favorite movies of all time. Does anyone know Paul Rubens in the Blues Brothers? Does anyone know what part Paul Rubens played in the Blues? You know what? Let's go to the phones here quickly. And then I got some statements. You know, he released a posthumous statement after he died. Peewee Herman put out a statement.
Right.
All right, quickly, fire up the phones.
That's hardcore. Man.
Peewee Herman in the Blues Brothers. Hey, Andrew, can you please get the scene queued up, please? Folks, I didn't plan this. I mean, it just dawned on me. I forgot that he was in the Blues Brothers. What did Peewee Herman do in the Blues Brothers?
Paul Rubens is the guy's name.
Yes.
Okay, Pee-wee Herman's a character.
But everyone knows him as Peewee Herman, all right?
Yeah, give the guy some respect.
It's synonymous. All right, what? Oh, look, the phones are... I didn't even get the phone number yet. What did Paul Rubens do in the Blues Brothers? (800-990-1047). 800-990-1047. Hey, Andrew, I'm just going to take the calls cold here because you're pulling the scene for me. All right, let me grab line one here. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
This is Scott. How are you doing today?
All right, Scott, hold on. So let me turn this music off because it's coming down the line. What did Paul Rubens do in the Blues Brothers?
He was the waiter when they went to go get Mr. Fabulous.
Exactly.
One band.
Yep. So Mr. Fabulous, who, by the way, his name is Alan Rubin. Mr. Fabulous, Alan Rubin. My dad played ball with him when they were kids in Flushing, Queens, New York, by the way. They were friends. Yeah. So what was your first name?
Scott.
Hey, Scott, I
Hey,
appreciate
Scott.
you listening. You're 100% right. In the Blues Brothers, at the Shea, what was the name of that restaurant? Shea Paul or something?
I think it was Shea Paul.
Yeah, Shea Paul.
Paul Rubens?
Yeah, so Shea Paul was the French restaurant, and Mr. Fabulous from the Blues Brothers band, he became the maitre d' where the soup is effing $10. Remember that? So they had to go get him, and he had moved on. You know, once Jake had gotten out of jail, you know, they had to, put the band back. Hey, we're putting the band back together. And in the restaurant where they... Sir, they smell bad. And Paul Rubens was one of the waiters, and he even didn't he say we've got a Dom Perignon, and he was like trying to push a Dom Perignon. You have the scene? All right,
Oh, no.
hang on a sec. Let me play the scene here where Peewee Herman, Paul Rubens was actually in the Blues Brothers. Hit it, roll it.
Give us a bottle of your finest champagne, 5 shrimp cocktails, and some bread for my brother.
We have a Dom Perignon 71 at $120.
That'll be fine, pal.
That's him. That's Paul Rubens.
I love his voice.
Yeah. How much for your little girl? I want to buy your children. Ah!
Best line in that whole scene.
It is. All right. That movie's brilliant. Hey, thanks for listening, buddy.
That movie's not as good as Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is the
Pee-wee's
best.
Big Adventure was great on a completely different level.
Yeah, and by the way, that's where we have, I think, all of our sound bites from.
You want a Froggy fun fact?
Yeah,
Ooh,
give
yeah.
me a Froggy fun fact on Peewee Herman.
Do you know who directed that film?
Yeah, Martin Scorsese.
That was fun, though.
No. It was that one guy. What's his name?
You don't even know.
James Cameron.
No, it was
Spielberg.
the guy who did Beetlejuice. What's his name?
Reitman? Right?
No.
No, I don't know who.
I don't know.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, yes.
Tim, really?
That's the
Are
Froggy
you
fun
kidding?
fact.
Really?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
What is that? Oh, that's
Are you
Pee-wee.
kidding?
So
Yeah, Tim Burton did that movie. That's why it's kind of dark.
I know you are, but what am I?
I mean, that's
You're a nerd.
yeah, that's probably the most well-known line from that whole movie.
I know you are, but what am I? I'm trying to use the phone.
Yeah.
So this movie came out in 1985.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
I thought this was the funniest movie when it came out. And as a
My
young,
father says anything's negotiable.
as a pudgy, funny kid who kind of maybe kind of understood Francis a little better than Peewee did, I thought, boy,
Francis!
Somebody stop my bike! Call out a dragnet!
come on, Peewee.
You know, the Alamo does not have a basement.
Master Francis is taking a bath. Oh, where are you hosing him off? Every line was funny.
Can you say that? Everybody say Adobe. Adobe.
Let's talk about your big butt, Simone.
No, how about mine?
I liked when he fell off the bike in front of the kids and he said, I meant to do that.
Meant to do that.
Exactly.
And they're all laughing at him.
I mean, the opening wake-up scene from him eating Mr. T breakfast cereal.
Oh, that's right. Mr. T.
Don't eat my cereal.
That's right.
Mr. T.
Anyway,
He has one bite. Stop. He's done.
Paul Rubens, Peewee Herman, dead at the age of 70. I mean, the news like broke at like noon yesterday, 11, and suddenly the news alerts started going off. You know, my phone started doing this. It was like an Amber Alert. It was a Peewee alert that went off on my phone.
Oh,
all right. So, by the way, did you guys get the Amber Alert yesterday?
Yes, we did.
Another one of those.
Yep,
Yeah.
I saw that.
All right. So here is the statement from Peewee Herman. Now, he had this years long, apparently 6-year private bout that he didn't tell anyone about with brain cancer.
That's
He
insane.
had a brain tumor like 6 years. And posthumously, this was posted, and he apologized to his fans for not telling anybody. So after he passed away, this appeared on his Instagram account. And clearly, some publicist, agent, family member posted this, and it read, "Please accept my apology for not going public with what I've seen, what I've been facing the last 6 years. I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect from my friends, fans, and supporters. I have loved you all so much and enjoyed making art for you." So that was the statement that went up after the news of his death. And then Rubens' estate, they also put out a statement about his passing, which happened on Sunday night. And that reads, "Last night we said farewell to Paul Rubens, an iconic American actor, comedian, writer, and producer whose beloved character Peewee Herman delighted generations of children and adults with his positivity, whimsy, and belief in the importance of kindness. Paul bravely and privately fought cancer for years with his trademark tenacity and wit, a gifted and prolific talent. He will forever live in the comedy pantheon and in our hearts as a treasured friend and man of remarkable character and generosity of spirit." And listen, I concur. I really like the dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I always liked Paul. Yeah, Paul Rubens. Always liked his characters. You know, I loved him in that simple little scene playing the waiter for just a few seconds in the Blues Brothers. It was just fantastic.
Did you ever see him on 30 Rock?
What?
Did you ever see his character on 30 Rock?
So, Froggy, you've left your microphone
Sorry.
position. You pushed Fester out of the way. So you went to the Fester and
That's my favorite character he ever did right there
Hold
on
on.
30 Rock.
Which
Did you
one?
ever see that?
No.
Which video? Which one?
It's the first one.
the one that's playing right there.
All right.
Hold on, the first one. So
Yeah.
I need to click on this.
It's probably going to be a commercial for 10 seconds.
There's a scene where he laughs, but the way he laughs.
Hang
if I
on,
remember
I'll
correctly.
play this. All right, hold on.
What does he do?
2 back-to-back commercials. Hold on.
Oh,
3,
come on,
2, 1.
YouTube.
Hold on. Hang on. All right. So this is from 30 Rock. Oh my God!
Thank you. Thank you, all dear friends, for coming to my birthday!
Wow, who's Snow White now?
7:45 and I'm still awake.
He's got a little Dooney's hand from Saturday Night Live.
Excuse me,
You gotta
Miss,
hear him
but,
laugh.
His Highness has noticed you.
Who? Gerhardt? Really?
His Highness is quite taken and invites you to dine next to him.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Paul Rubens.
That's
Oh my God!
flattering. Are you sure that he meant me?
That's Lisa. What's her name?
His
Krakowski?
Highness is attempting to wink at you.
When did this run? What season of 30 Rock was this?
I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, hold
you
on.
just got to fast forward to his part.
Fast forward. Well,
Yeah, Froggy, you're the one. This is a 15-minute clip, Froggy.
dude, hold on. I got fast forward. Hold on.
find
I got it. Just leave it alone.
But I would enjoy watching you dance for me.
Oh.
I think that's enough, Froggy.
No, wait.
Hold on.
When he laughs.
When does he laugh? Look at the little body they have him in.
Charleston! Interpretive!
He looks like Dracula or something.
When he has little legs and a little hand.
When does he laugh?
I don't know.
Anyway, from 30 Rock.
That was my favorite Peewee.
Paul Rubens, Peewee Herman. Oh, is that it?
Can you believe it?
All right, anyway, that is the creepiest. They've got him like a crazy, like small-bodied, like Dracula-looking.
There it is. You missed the laugh.
What do you mean I missed the laugh?
Yeah, rewind.
That was the laugh right there.
Gar! Ah! Ah! Oh, it feels good to laugh.
All right.
Oh, he's
Anyway.
still bringing us laughs even when he's gone.
right,
Thank
so-
you for bringing up his most obscure part, Froggy.
Peewee Herman, Paul Rubens, rest in peace.
Oh, good old Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
You know, the joke I told for years was the hand joke. And you make like a
I
closed
thought you were about to
fist.
say something else.
What is it?
You make
Oh,
you
no.
make like an almost like a soft fist, like a rounded fist. You say, "What's this?" And then they go, "I don't know what." And you say, "Pee-wee's Playhouse." And then you make a big hand, and you're like, "What's this?" He goes, "That's Pee-wee's Dream House."
Oh, God.
Because
And you're making fun of me for playing his
That's
laugh.
it.
I don't get that joke.
well, Pee-wee Playhouse was caught, fondling himself in a theater, and this
Yeah,
is Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I said Pee-wee's play. I did that joke 10 minutes ago.
Not the Playhouse, Dream House.
Oh, well, whatever.
That's the joke. The joke
right.
is this is Pee-wee's Playhouse. This is Pee-wee's Dream House.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
All right, so
I
I had to pantomime
Yeah.
the joke to Roxanne.
great.
I wasn't getting it.
Now she's like, "Oh, I totally get it now."
Roxanne thinks she's better than everyone else this morning because her neighborhood was revealed as the #1 suburb to live in all of Florida.
What?
Really?
What?
Yes.
What, to get an Adderall prescription?
Hold on. You didn't know about this? Am I breaking?
You're breaking the news to me. No, I thought it was better than everyone for a lot of different
Yeah,
reasons. But
she's been thinking she's better than all of us for
Hold
a long
on.
time.
Hold
now.
on. You didn't know this?
I'm just kidding. No, I didn't know it.
I'm breaking this
Yes,
news to
yes.
you. According to the 2023 best suburbs to live in Florida, it is the suburb of.
Westchase.
That is correct.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The hell's so great about that neighborhood?
So according to Niche, Niche, Niche,
Okay.
or do they say niche? I don't like niche. I like niche.
Okay.
All right. So according to that website, they've put out the 2023 best suburbs to live in Florida. And coming in at number... Hi, I'm Casey Kasem, and coming in at #1, the best suburbs to live in Florida, it's Westchase. Yeah, Westchase is #1 all across Florida.
That's crazy.
Yeah, look at that.
What's so great? What do they say is so great about it?
Yeah, really.
What is the population of Westchase?
No clue.
You have, you have no idea.
I have no idea. How many people live in Tampa? What do they say? Or the Tampa Bay area? What is it, like 3 million or something?
Well, if you include the whole ADI or whatever,
Yeah.
Bradenton, Sarasota, Alta Lakeland, and, then the whole Tampa Bay, I think we're about 3 million. But you have no idea. Guess.
Oh, man, this
how
is
many?
tough.
Should I bring up the game show music here? All right.
Okay, this is really hard for me because
How many people live in Westchase?
every time I do something, it's based on how many people could fit in Raymond James Stadium. Could all of Westchase fit in Raymond James Stadium? I think so. I'm gonna guess.
What?
I'm gonna guess 55,000.
55,000 people live just in Westchase?
Yeah. No, that's too
That
high.
is wrong. Yeah, that's a little high. Yeah, that's
quite a community.
Yeah. If you were playing the Price is Right mountain climber game and you said 55,000, son of a... You're out. You're getting the Bob Barker shove from me right now. And we'll have more pricing games coming up next after this loser Roxanne just blew the freaking game!
I mean, for her own neighborhood. How many, MJ?
24,185.
I mean, it was
hang on a
off.
sec. I'm sorry. Mildred just passed. 24,184.
Mildred.
Yes.
So you're telling me 4 Westchases could go to Raymond James Stadium? That's crazy.
Would you stop it with the Ray J?
No. 4 Westchases would be about 100,000.
Okay, well, less.
Yeah,
than that, a
so
little less.
Ray J
Yeah.
holds what, about 65,000?
70.
Yeah, depending on the configuration.
I just can't equate people to football stadiums.
That's what I do all the time.
But look,
they live in houses. They don't live in rows of seats.
No, but seriously, Westchase was ranked the #1 suburb to live in all of Florida.
I know, but tell us why. Why?
Well, there has to be a reason.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you why.
Because Roxanne Wilder lives there.
Such celebrities as Roxanne. They got an A+ for the public school system in Westchase.
Okay. I was just researching that.
Diversity of peoples.
Okay.
Health. The employment opportunities.
In Westchase?
I can see, working at that.
Nannies. All my nannies.
Yeah, what?
I have babysitters. I hire babysitters all the time.
Yeah, what about your smoking hot Brazilian maid that we've never heard about again,
Yeah.
and you were supposed to have pictures, and you've never supplied pictures?
Okay, she hasn't cleaned my house in like a month.
All right, so what's going-
coincidentally because Doug hasn't traveled in a month.
Hold
so
on,
he
so
only
what-
hires her when he travels to make me happy to get the house cleaned extra time.
Oh, I thought that he would hire her when you travel.
No, but you know what? I do hear him on the phone with her sometimes, and he's like, you know what Alessandra told me the other day? I was like, how often do you talk to her?
Doug calls your Brazilian supermodel housekeeper?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny we're having this conversation because you talk to your spouse and you half listen to what they're saying because the kids are screaming.
Why is Doug talking to your housekeeper?
I gotta ask him that.
You won't believe what Alessandra
hold
did
on.
the other day.
I've just prompted you. Wait a minute. I've just prompted you to have to ask Doug. Why are you talking to our smoking hot Brazilian supermodel, better looking than Giselle Bundchen housekeeper?
It just hit me. It just hit me. I just remembered it. Okay. You know how your kids are screaming, you only half listen to what the adults in the room are saying. But he brought it up the other day. This is weird. He was like, yeah, Alessandra and I were talking the other day.
This is nuts. Okay. Alessandro and I were talking. He's having conversation. She hasn't cleaned your house in a month, and Doug's on the phone with her.
He cleans some other She cleans some other houses. He was like,
I'm
yeah,
sure that's not the only thing she cleans.
They were talking about how bad Wi-Fi is in the United States. It's much better in Brazil.
Yeah.
So they're having
That's what it was.
Brazilian Wi-Fi conversations?
Because I was complaining about my Wi-Fi, and Doug was like, yeah, Alessandra was saying how...
I was on the phone with Alessandro, my supermodel housekeeper, and...
she was saying Brazil. I'm going to make a trip there with her really soon to check it out.
Man, you got the kookiest crap going on. I'm telling you right now.
Man.
You got the kookiest stuff swirling.
You will not believe what Alessandra said to me the other day, Rox. We talk and talk.
I don't think
that housekeeper knows me so well, Rox.
I don't think it was on the phone. I think it was in person. Which is.
Oh, by the way, MJ, I need to point out your complete douchery that you consistently show on Instagram. I need to put a stop to it. The doucheness.
Will you stop?
That you show on Instagram.
What are you going to complain about now?
The stupid light bulb video.
Dude, it's a public service. You know what? I had this in the pile.
But you say, you spend so much time saying my Instagram is so great, and then you put up that.
Dude, people
love it.
People love my video. Hang on. Do you know how many views this has had? This has had 27 million views since yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
Maybe
sponsorships line up.
Maybe not. Hang on a minute. This has
27.
4,500. That's not bad. 4,500 views So wait, you're gonna bust me on my?
And you put it over your head? Oh,
Dude,
what a dork!
Yeah.
Dude, I did a.
You're such a dork.
I did an informational light bulb video.
No, it's okay.
Fessa, did you see this?
I saw it on mute. I saw you just put it over your head and pull it down. And I'm like, oh God.
Hang on.
See?
I see enough of this
Let me
guy.
bring this up. Listen. Hey, folks, it is MJ with some breaking light bulb news. And I don't think a lot of people know this, but tomorrow, Tuesday, August 1st, there are massive changes to the world of light bulbs. You see this right here? This is a 100-watt regular incandescent bulb, with the filament inside. No good. This is illegal. A store that sells this, I think it's like a $500 fine per light bulb if they sell this beginning tomorrow. You've got to go LED. Now, there are some guidelines, there's some stipulations. I've got, a quick primer on the rules here, but this is no good. Regular incandescent. You have to go to the LED equivalent. So the Department of Energy, they pass this and it goes into effect tomorrow. There are some exceptions. Let me give you some examples,
give me
though,
all the
on
exceptions.
banned bulbs. And I rushed out today. I waited way too long, but I went to see my friend Craig at Complete Lighting of Tampa, and I bought legally today a whole bunch of what I needed. Luckily, he had stuff in stock, but he has been blitzed for the last couple of months. So I'm in good shape. Now, the reason why I still use incandescent. All right, so
Oh my gosh!
That's
What
so-
are you doing? You're babbling.
This is why you need a podcast of
Guys,
all these raindrops.
It's
in the
on my
bulb.
Instagram. If you want to watch the 3-minute video, you watch the video. If you don't want to watch it, you don't watch it.
It's
Why don't
making
you
my
delete
ear-
it?
Yeah, it's making my ears bleed.
But did you know that for the most part, as of today, you can't buy the older style incandescent bulbs with the filament inside. You got to use LEDs.
Oh,
Okay, you said
we
that
know now.
15 seconds. Perfect.
I just said it. Now, this is important because any store that sells it could be fined by the Department of Energy. As of today, August 1st, no incandescent or halogen and some compact fluorescents will be allowed to be sold that don't fall into a category of 1 watt needing to be less than 45 lumens. So basically, anything above 40 watts is no longer legal, not allowed to be sold. You got some exceptions, like there's some bulbs where they're not LED replacements yet, so you can still use the old ones. Like a 25 watt like Torpedo, those are good because it's like 210 lumens, so it's underneath the lumen situation or whatever the hell I'm trying to say. So, but seriously, and people were, over the last couple of months, people were rushing. I remember hearing about this, but I forgot.
I mean,
and then,
you know about almost everything.
Yeah.
And for this to get by you, man, you're like the last minute, I need some light bulbs while it's still illegal.
I got lucky that Craig over at Complete Lighting, they're on Cypress. I've been seeing him for 20 years or something. So they used to be Light Bulbs Unlimited on Dale Mabry.
Yeah.
Now they're Complete Lighting, and they're on Cypress next to what is that, West Marine? What is that marine place, Froggy?
West Marine.
Yeah, they're right next to West Marine. So luckily, he still had some of the par 30 halogens for my can lighting in the house. So luckily, he had those. The problem for me is that my house is 18 years old, and I have like an automated lighting system, like a low voltage, and my older system does not like to dim LEDs. So it's got a problem dimming LEDs. It dims incandescent lights just fine, but I got a problem. So at some point, I got to replace my whole system with a Lutron. But until then, I bought a whole schnittload of bulbs. Luckily, I should have enough supply.
Isn't that a song?
Luckily, he still had them in stock.
Isn't that a song, Lutron Dance?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Pointer Sisters.
Yes.
I'm just burning, doing the Lutron dance. I think that's Neutron Dance. But
We
that's
need a segment of the show.
Pretty funny, though.
We need a segment where we talk about MJ's first world problems. Oh, my house doesn't dim the. Oh man.
But no, seriously.
Oh.
But people are complaining about, hey, the government overreach. Now they're telling us about what light bulbs we can use. There was that whole big buzz about the government trying to ban gas stoves and, you know, the restrictions on appliances and dishwashers that can only use a teaspoonful of water. You know, all that crap. So. Yeah, I mean, times are changing, and it happens today, and now they can't sell you certain incandescent bulbs as of today, folks. All right, we had a very interesting thing go down involving a neighbor.
Is it light bulb level interesting?
It is.
I mean, how's their dimming system?
Are you guys going to make fun of me?
No, we really want to know.
How's the light bulb go over your head?
How's their dimming system? I mean, can I drop off some LEDs?
Something happened with a neighbor. It's not terrible, but it was a moment of shock.
They asked you to switch.
It was a moment of what?
Like house switch. You ever heard,
like the show?
Like a rom-com, like a, you know.
Are you like, is this a wife swap joke?
Okay, all right.
Kind of.
Let him
But then I softened it.
Let him get the whole sentence. Let him get the whole sentence out.
Continue.
And then we'll make our jokes.
No, there was a situation that arose. My wife, my lovely wife, Michelle, was on the phone with a neighbor of ours, another Michelle. So it was Michelle and Michelle. And Michelle, our neighbor, called my Michelle and said, "Hey, what do you use? What restaurant do you guys like for Italian delivery? You know, like Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever." And my Michelle says, "We don't do delivery. We don't have any food delivered." And the neighbor's like, The neighbor couldn't believe that we didn't do delivery. And then Michelle, my wife, is saying, "Yeah, we have no food delivered to the house." What are you laughing at?
I didn't know we were continuing MJ's first world problems.
What are you talking about?
My neighbors, they were like, I don't get food.
What are you talking about?
Nothing, please, I'm dying.
This is not first world problems.
This is next world problems.
Dude, the people that order DoorDash. Listen, our old producer, Coop.
Yeah.
Coop would want to know why his McDonald's delivery of some fries and a burger was $30. Because you're using DoorDash.
Right.
Get off your butt, go to the McDonald's a half mile down the road and go get your own food. This is not first world problem. The Generation Z and millennials, they are using DoorDash and these delivery apps and Uber Eats left and right. The issue is, and I've talked about this, we don't do food deliveries.
Right.
I have never, ever, seriously, I've never had a food delivery at my house.
You never ordered a pizza?
Never. I've never ordered a pizza because the pizza.
I'm the same way. If I order a pizza, I'll pick it up.
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean what? Because what do you hold on? The pizza that would be delivered to my house is not the pizza I want.
Okay. I'm calling you out on this.
Yeah, what's
and
that?
I have proof.
Oh.
Everybody in this room has proof, as a matter of fact.
What?
We ate it with the tongs. You had food delivered the night that we ate at your house for the first dinner when I met everybody.
That's right.
So-
All right.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
To have a catered party is different than having just dinner delivered for
So,
2 or 3.
Well,
that's right. So
That's who's sorry you
that
want.
was
No, hold on. I call it like I see it.
was that La Teresita?
It was La Teresita.
Yeah, that's right. When we all met at my house in the beginning.
It's La Teresita.
When we all met at my house, that's right. We did. Michelle placed an order with La Teresita, right? And that was delivered. But that was like the only time ever.
But you just used the word deliver.
But wait a minute. But that is not like the daily Uber Eats. When I walk every night, I walk every evening. I walk 2 miles, typically with the dogs, and I see a dozen at least Uber Eats and DoorDash vehicles flying through the neighborhood. I nearly get run over by some of them. They're looking at their phones. They're not even watching the road because they're looking for the next place to deliver. I'm not into the food delivery thing. So once in the entire 18 years I've been in the house, and that was not really, that's not your typical delivery.
It's not like it's a Tuesday night and it's
Okay, did it come in styrofoam containers? I call that a delivery.
It is.
Good point.
It was.
Good point.
It was a delivery, but it's not the same as people that order repeatedly from restaurants because they're too lazy to go pick it up.
Okay, so you don't have a pattern of
All
getting
right,
food
I
delivered.
gotta-
Yeah, obviously, because
I gotta go.
it was once.
I'm leaving.
It was
I'll see
once
you guys.
3 years ago.
Where are you going?
It was once 3 years ago. So the point is that our neighbor was in complete disbelief that what? You guys don't get food delivery? No, we don't get food deliveries.
And you're saying pizza counts with that, huh?
He doesn't even get pizza delivered, allegedly.
We don't know. Not
But
allegedly.
if somebody gets a pizza delivered, like I've never used Uber Eats once in my life or Dine 11 or whatever they're called. But for pizza, they deliver it.
But our neighbor was shocked, and Michelle had to say, "Yeah, we don't order food to the house," and everybody around us does. Like our neighbor next door, it seems like they get 3 deliveries a day.
Those are the neighbors that get them all the time.
Yeah, remember,
Like,
I-
yes,
how much
we
money
talked
is that
about
a
that.
day?
Yeah, the neighbor to our to my left, if I'm standing in my driveway, neighbor to my, it seems seriously. I see food like 9 times a day. I think they're getting deliveries over there, but we don't do it. And the reason why this is also very good timing wise is because I saw an item over the weekend, and the headline was, "What? My $30 hamburger reveals about fees and how companies use them to jack up prices." So this was a story that, believe it or not, I might have seen this. It came up in my news feed. This came up in my feed on my phone, and it's from NPR. This is NPR. Hey.
Hey, hold on. I love NPR. It sounds nothing like that.
Whatever. All right. So it's a whole story about what happens to a $14 hamburger and why it's almost $30 when you get it delivered. That is ridiculous. If you're trying to save money, if you're being hit with inflation, go pick up your food. Or what are you laughing at?
I'm sorry. Just one of the texters made me laugh.
What?
Make us all laugh, please, Rox.
They said, sounds like MJ needs an F capitalism shirt. From yesterday.
No,
That's a callback.
Absolutely not.
It is a callback from yesterday. I'm
Listen
sorry.
to this. This is from the story. It started out innocently enough. Lazy Monday, working late, nothing in the fridge. I decided to splurge and order a burger and fries for delivery. Subtotal for my meal, $14.07. A little pricey, but it's a good burger. And $14 seemed like a totally acceptable price for dinner, especially when it's delivered to my door. Then came the fees. $5.49 delivery fee, service fee $3, tip $4, tax $125. Grand total for my delivery burger, $27.81. My Lazy Monday went from costing me $14 to almost $30. It's the fees, feeflation, says Jeff Gallick, professor of marketing at Carnegie Mellon University's Tepper School of Business. Fees are a way to raise prices without raising prices, and that's what's known as stealth inflation. Also, keep in mind that when you order certain items from certain places, if you went in to pick it up yourself, a lot of times it's cheaper, not even before delivery fees and service fees and tipping. If you go into a place and pick it up or eat it there, a lot of times the menu item there is cheaper. The delivery services add to the price. They will, sometimes the menu item, if it's $12.95, the delivery services will jack it up, $14.95, $15.95 for the same item. And then you have delivery fee and all the add-ons on top of that. So listen, you got a $14 burger and fries that turned into $27. I remember distinctly Coop. that he and his friends were, our old producer Coop, that they were playing video games or something, and it was like 10 o'clock on like a Friday night or something. Hey, guys, you hungry? Yeah, let's order McDonald's. And they ordered, like 3 guys ordered McDonald's, and it's like $45.
An insane amount of money.
I'm like, what?
For not a lot of food.
Exactly.
Like a couple of hamburgers, a couple of fries.
If they would have gone to McDonald's, it probably would have been $15 or $18, and the damn thing turns into like a $40 food delivery from McDonald's.
Stupid.
Are you on glue over there, or you're like just
No, I just
giggling?
laughed at what you said.
What'd I say? What am I funny? Funny like a clown?
Yeah, you're funny. You're all fired up today.
I don't think you're laughing at MJ. What else is going on, Rox?
I'm laughing at you, Buster.
I believe that.
What is going on?
I don't know, but she's awfully giggly today.
You
guys
are.
are hilarious.
You're having a giggle fit over here.
Okay, I do believe you that you do not. Obviously, you don't do Uber. You don't do food delivery. I understand why. Just go out and do it yourself. Do you pick it up usually, or do you have Michelle?
I do the food shopping
Yeah.
for the most part. I do if we get food, but we don't do a lot of bring in either. We don't bring a lot of food in. When we're home, we prepare and we cook at the house. And when we go out, we're generally going to a restaurant and we're sitting down. That's the way we typically operate. That we're not bringing in a ton of food, nor are we have really zero deliveries.
I'm like a 50-50 takeout, go to the restaurant and sit down. But I don't deliver that often myself.
Have you ever known somebody that gets mad when you mispronounce their name?
Oh, man.
This was another one of those Reddit group discussions, and there are people that get angry if you listen, with my real last name, do you know how many times that's been mispronounced in my entire life? I mean, a jillion. And I don't think I've ever gotten angry. I mean, I've had my name mispronounced to the point where it's like that TV show, Schitt's Creek.
Yeah,
you know?
we get that.
All right.
That's the obvious mispronunciation,
Yeah.
but there has to be other ones like, Schneik.
Yeah.
You know?
I've had Schmidt, and listen, just
Isn't it funny?
spelling wrong, pronunciation wrong on my real last name. Yeah.
Schmidt is just lazy because that's just like they look at a name like yours that starts with an SCH and then just make up the most common Schmidt name. Like that. That's stupid. You know what I get sometimes? Wilder. What? My name,
People
Wilder.
call you Wilder?
Yeah. Okay.
Like
let's see.
like
Roxanne.
Wildebeest.
That
Wilder?
actually makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Wild, W-I-L-D, not wield, wild.
I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. Because Wilder is an actual word. It's a word. Just read the word. Wilder.
Whoa.
You use it in a sentence.
Do you get pissy about it?
No, never.
Because
I'm
really
with you. I get
you
pissy
really
with you
seem
about
bent
everything.
out of shape.
But not in real life. I just like, no, it's Wilder.
The Reddit group, there was a whole discussion that people who get mad when their name is mispronounced are just arrogant.
There are so many unique names. I mean, really difficult to pronounce. I've seen names with apostrophes in them where capitalization shouldn't be. And I mean, I don't know. It's not my fault you can't pronounce your own name. But
I know poor Daviana is going to have life of just people mispronouncing that at every turn, and we just accept it.
Guess what time it is, guys?
What time?
It's time for Just Plain Crazy.
Oh, God. I love it.
It's a plain story.
I got 3 of them.
That's a good, yeah.
It's time for Just Plain Crazy. That's a great name for a new game show.
It is.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. It's time for Just Plain Crazy. Now, I don't know what it is. I got like 3 crazy airplane stories today. Now, British Airways, which I see British Airways flying in and out of Tampa like every day. You know, there's a nonstop. You know, there's a London Gatwick to Tampa flight, and then Tampa back to Gatwick. They fly the 777-200, and I see it quite a bit. You know, climbing out of 19 right.
Yeah, Gatwickians love vacationing in Tampa.
No, they seriously.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
dude, you're making fun of it, but UK folks, folks from the UK, they love Florida.
We love it, right?
They really do. Listen to this. This is a crazy story. A British Airways passenger was stuck in his seat for 3 hours after the plane landed because he was stuck. This overweight, obese passenger had to be taken out with a hoist.
Oh,
First of all,
wow.
how do you get
Jeez.
how do you
How'd
get
he get in?
How do you get a hoist? They had to open up like the airplane, the side door, and bring in a hoist or something.
All right, that's a nuisance.
A plus-size passenger was stuck in his seat for 3 hours after the plane landed. He was in seat 1A, which is typically reserved for British Airways Executive Club Gold card holders. Emergency services had to remove a door and hoist him out of his seat.
God,
What
big was this guy?
What the hell?
I need some pictures or some video of this.
This is according to the London Sun, and it was a first-class seat. The flight landed in the UK, I would imagine at Heathrow, from Nigeria on Saturday morning. The newspaper reported that the passenger was wedged in his seat for 3 hours after the 6.5-hour flight from Lagos, Nigeria, and it landed at London Heathrow. The passenger was seated in 1A, much-desired seat. The cabin crew got involved, tried to calm the passenger after he realized that he was unable to leave the seat. What? I know
Why did
that
they take the seat apart?
Guys, listen. I know that your feet swell on an airplane. You know that, right?
Yes, they do, and I can feel it.
Really?
Your feet
Yeah.
swell. So if you take your shoes off,
My wiener swells.
Frog, you really,
But nobody notices because it's
really.
so small.
It's true.
No, but seriously, if you take your shoes off on an airplane flight, you'll notice that when you put your shoes back on, especially if it's a longer flight, that it might feel like your shoes are a little tighter because your feet actually swell at altitude. But what the hell happened? The guy was like a cork in a wine bottle in his seat? What? I mean, how do you get wedged in a seat that you can't get out and they've got to bring a hoist on? Like what's that? What's the jet ski lift thing right over on Ulmerton?
Davit Master?
Davit Master. Seriously. The craziest thing, when I was growing up in Virginia Beach, we're talking 1980s. We moved to Virginia Beach in late 76. And in 1981, we moved into our second house. We built one right on the water, right on Broad Bay, off of Lynn Haven Inlet, off of Chesapeake Bay. And we had a dock in the back, and we had a jet ski. And this is great. We had a Davit Master. So back in the 80s, we had a Davit Master that we used for our jet ski. And it was the real deal jet ski. It was the real Kawasaki, like the 440 where you stood up on it and everything. That's my favorite. I don't like the little sit-down, lazy-ass bitch, little wave runner things. I like the real...
Lazy ass.
No, I like the stand-up, real-deal jet ski. That's how I learned.
Do they still make those?
I think
Yeah, they
so.
do.
Yeah. Those were the best.
Those are fun.
So, seriously, we had a Davit Master back in the 1980s, and then Michelle and I, we moved to Tampa in 1994, and I was driving on Ulmerton Road. I'm like, whoa, there's the Davit Master. I think the company is like based here. Davit Master. Anyway, how do you get wedged in an airplane? Fester, you're the closest one in the room to getting wedged in an airplane seat where they need to get a construction crane to get you out.
These airplane seats are tiny. I've never sat in like the 1A bougie seat to get stuck in, but I've had problems lifting myself out of seats. Yeah, sure.
Are you serious?
Because the thing is, there's no leverage because the other row is right on you, and it's like a straight stand-up.
You know what I hate? I hate the people behind me that use my seat back as a handle. You ever get your neck just jerked all around? Where someone
when they stand up to go to the bathroom or something?
Yes, the person behind you always grabs your seat back like it's a handle, and they're just jamming my neck.
Yeah.
I had a flight recently where every 5 minutes they're grabbing my seat like a handle. It's like, knock it off. You want to turn around and beat them in the face. But of course, I would end up getting arrested by air marshals or airport police on the other end.
And
Or they might have to make an emergency landing. And
you would have your own feature in this new segment. Just plain crazy. What was it?
Just plain nuts.
Just plain crazy.
Oh.
I like it.
I like nuts better because nuts are on planes.
Listen to this.
They are.
Not as much.
Yeah.
Southwest passenger who tried to kiss flight attendant and then take her to the bathroom is facing federal charges. What the hell? A Southwest Airlines passenger is facing federal charges for allegedly assaulting a flight attendant and nearly forcing her to kiss him on a flight to Vegas. William Morgan allegedly accosted the flight attendant for 20 minutes.
Can you imagine if you're at work just trying to do your job and
20 minutes? This is before the plane was set to land on October 3rd of last year. Now, there's an update. That's why we're doing the story. Demanding that she kiss him, according to the criminal complaint filed in Las Vegas federal court. When the woman refused, Morgan allegedly grabbed her by the shoulders and demanded a kiss again before stating that he was going to have a panic attack if the flight attendant did not go into the bathroom with him. What?
That's quite a pickup line.
Listen,
yeah, right.
I'm going to have a panic attack right here.
He was then forced to kiss her, and it took 3 of Morgan's friends and a flight attendant to restrain him in order for the plane to land without further incident in Vegas. So the story is, I don't know what took so long, but now there's a federal complaint. Yeah, the incident happened, again, last year, but now we're seeing that it has just been, apparently it's going to be federally charged. What took so long? Why does it take almost a year to federally charge? Who tries to force a flight attendant to kiss them and go into the bathroom with them?
And he said he wanted the flight attendant to kiss him to calm down.
Kiss me.
I'm gonna have a panic attack. The only thing that'll calm my nerves.
I mean,
make out with the flight attendant.
That's not like a top 10 thing that would make a woman attracted to a man.
All right, I got two more stories involving also. I've got a crazy airplane story involving an NFL football team. This is nuts. I saw this late last night, so we'll get to that here. That'll be the final story of what's the name of the segment?
Just Played Wacky.
Just Played Crazy. It's Just Played Crazy on the MJ Morning Show. Now, here's another one. Delta, a passenger, was served 11 drinks on the Delta flight. First of all, what flight attendant serves a guy 11 drinks? Now, I'm not excusing his behavior, but the dude that was served 11 drinks sexually assaulted a mom and teenage daughter on a 9-hour flight night. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a flight mare.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's not a flight nightmare, it's a flight mare.
It's like a flight of horrors.
Yeah. A man on a Delta Airlines flight downed at least 10 vodkas and a glass of wine before groping a 16-year-old girl and her mother, according to a lawsuit. Flight attendants on the nearly 9-hour nightmare flight, or a flight mare, out of JFK, blatantly ignored the pair's pleas for help, including a demand to stop giving this guy booze.
Yeah,
according to papers filed in Brooklyn federal court this week. Staffers then allegedly let the passenger, who was all liquored up, quietly walk off the plane when it landed in Athens, Greece. So it was JFK, New York to Athens, Greece. And he had that's a long flight, but 11 alcoholic beverages, even on a 9, that's a lot of freaking beverage.
That's
11?
a lot of booze.
It is.
Over 9 hours. But
yeah, I mean, that's over like a day.
Hey, do you remember the story? I think I was on JetBlue. And I even posted a picture. Do you remember Michelle and I were, I think, was I with Michelle or was I with one of the kids? I was on a JetBlue flight, and this is, I think, in the last 6 months or so, because if you look at my Instagram, and folks, I encourage you to follow my Instagram because you never know what's going to pop up, like exactly what I'm about to tell you about. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. So give me a follow. Do you remember the guy that put his hands behind his head and like was dangling his hands over the back of his seat and was covering up my screen on my flight? I think it was JetBlue.
I remember that, yeah.
Is it JetBlue or Delta? Do you remember that? So the guy's hand, he decides to put his hands over his head and he's dangling them and he's covering up my screen. That guy, they cut him off. Him and his girlfriend, I believe it was girlfriend, they were drinking Tito's vodka like the factory was going to close. And seriously, finally, the flight attendant cut them off. They had 3 Tito's vodkas each on this flight. It was only like, I think it was like the New York or Boston, only a 2.5-hour flight, whatever it was, 3-hour flight. And they were each had like 3 Tito's, and they asked for more, and the flight attendant said, "Oh, you've cleaned this out." No, we're all out of Tito's.
You drank us dry.
We're all out. You guys went through them all, but it was clear the flight attendant was cutting them off. But can you imagine?
That's a good way to do it. Then they bring the person next to him a drink.
So yeah.
That's supposed to be my drink.
Sorry, sir, we're out.
Yeah, what happens with the person in the seat or the row across them? Yeah, can I get a Tito's? And it shows up.
What the hell's going on here?
Exactly. So they allegedly let the guy walk off the plane. What happened to them during a flight was not a nightmare. It was completely preventable.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. What happened to them during the flight was not just a nightmare. It was just plain crazy. It was completely preventable, said their lawyer, Evan Brustein. Flight staff allegedly served the man vodka, though he was noticeably drunk. Maybe it was the Tito's guy in front of me on my flight. Then he frightened the teen by putting his hands on her back, making obscene gestures, screaming, and demanding she tell him her address and other personal information. He also told the mom that he did not care the daughter was a minor.
Oh, God. What's the matter with
When the
this?
mom complained to a flight attendant, the flight attendant blew her off, according to their lawsuit. Yeah, the unidentified man who mumbled that he was from Connecticut gave the mother and daughter a brief reprieve by heading to the bathroom to loudly puke.
I'm from Connecticut.
I mean, the guy is drinking so much on the plane, he's throwing up. They can hear the dude. They can hear him through the airplane bathroom door. What the heck? Anyway, another just plain crazy story. And then finally here, and I don't have that one printed out. I saw this late last night. And
is this just plain crazy?
Yeah.
It's part
Another
of the
one.
segment,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. So this is just plain crazy as well. You know, I thought here it is. This is nuts. United Airlines flight delayed after the Cleveland Browns trashed the airplane.
Boy, if you would have told me to guess what team, I probably would have guessed the Browns.
Would you have?
I mean, yeah.
Who was the nutty, crazy quarterback they had for a while?
Johnny Manziel?
Yeah. All right. So listen to this. This is from an airline industry website. United Airlines flight delayed after Cleveland Browns trash airplane. United passengers at Washington Dulles encountered a flight delay on their San Francisco flight, with a gate agent blaming a unprofessional football team in Cleveland for trashing the aircraft. As noted on Flyer Talk, United Airlines 1893 was delayed out of Washington Dulles on July 30th after gate agents blamed the delay on a trashed 757-300. Further explaining, it had been used as a charter aircraft for a professional sports team. Using United's flight tracking software, it was not hard to find out which sports team was involved. The aircraft had come from Cleveland earlier that day. Prior to Cleveland, it had flown from Greenbrier, West Virginia, where Cleveland Browns have a training camp.
Wow.
On board, listen to this. On board, the pilot apologized multiple times, saying it was the most disgusting he's seen in his entire career. It was the most disgusting airplane left in the condition that it was in that he's ever seen in his entire career. And if the captain is flying a United 757-300, he's pretty much a senior pilot. So he's been doing it a long time.
Sounds like this is a really disciplined Cleveland Browns team, and we can expect a lot from them this season.
And apparently, people also confirmed it was the Cleveland Browns because in the seat pockets for the charter, there was like a special menu, and it had for the Cleveland Browns on the menu. So people were even to further confirm that it was the Cleveland Browns that were on that flight as a charter.
Oh man.
from Cleveland to West Virginia.
Well, they do get hammered.
I don't know, but the
Have a party.
plane was filthy. Apparently, trash. Can you imagine a captain says that this is the worst he's ever seen the condition of an airplane in his entire career?
Wow. I mean, okay, so imagine trash. Is it just like food wrappers and drinks and just stuff strewn about?
I figured it out.
Figured what out?
I figured it out. I know what they were doing. They were practicing.
Yeah,
They were practicing on the plane. Guess who their first opponent is?
The Jets.
Yes, they played the Jets this week.
So
they beat the crap out of this plane.
So they beat the crap out of the Jet because in preparation for trying to beat the Jets.
Yes, they trashed the Jets
in preseason.
We're gonna rip the tray tables off of those Jets.
Now preseason doesn't start till like a week or so from now.
They're getting ready early.
The first game is this Thursday. I think it's I don't know if it's the Hall of Fame game or whatever they're doing. The first game is this Thursday, August 3rd.
Oh, it is.
back.
It is. Oh, it is.
It's 2 days.
Oh no, so it is. It's 2 days away.
NFL football's back, and it's the
football.
New York Jets against the
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
So they were beating up the United Airlines jet.
Best time of year, man. Football's back, man.
Yeah. Preseason. Woo.
You remember yesterday we talked about the Cardi B thing where she just launched a microphone at a woman's face in the crowd, right?
Was it a woman? I don't know who she hit.
I thought it was a woman. I thought I read it was a woman that was smashed in the face with a microphone. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on. It was a guy? Andrew's telling me it was a guy. I thought I read it was a woman.
It was, I believe it was a guy, and it deflected off him and also hit a woman.
Okay, so that's I know that a woman was hit as well.
She caught the ricochet.
All right. So if you remember this audio bite, Cardi B, if you don't know the story, Cardi B was doing a concert in Vegas and had previously said that she was so hot, throw water on my...
Yeah.
I mean she's
on her butt? Is that what she said?
No, the front part.
She's pretty nasty.
Yeah, right. She's awesome.
I don't know. Anyway, she told the crowd that she's so hot, please throw water on my private female genitalia area, except she used the slang term beginning with a P. And here's the audio.
Put that in my bitch. Come on.
She said, put this in my private.
No, she did not. No. She said, throw the water on my...
Put that in my bitch. Come on.
So then somebody throws water at her because she asked for it, and she takes her wireless microphone and just beans this person in the audience in the face with the microphone. Now, those mics are fairly heavy. I mean, you could hurt somebody with the microphone.
They're solid.
Yes.
Yeah, the update, the reason why we're talking about this again is now a battery investigation has been opened in Las Vegas against Cardi B, who threw the microphone at the fan's face on Saturday at Dre's Beach Club. Full crowd. So she might be charged with a battery for launching that microphone at somebody's face.
Isn't she a huge artist? Why is she playing a beach club? I don't understand that. Doesn't she play like stadiums?
Especially in the middle of summer where it's so hot and she needs water
what
to
is she
cool down that part. I mean, if I had that kind of money, I'm not doing anything that makes my junk sweat that much.
No crap.
Really?
Or just get like strap-on little fans.
Cardi.
Like
Little crotch fans?
Yeah, I just came of it like a garter belt.
A crotch conditioning?
Put a little fan there.
Huh.
Like you see the older women with the fan around their neck?
I need to see a mock-up of that. Just strap it to your leg.
I think we just came up with a great product to sell.
Sounds dangerous.
Crotch fan?
I want to get something caught in those blades.
Yes.
The blades are plastic, Froggy. I mean,
I don't know why this story. I'm moving along here. I don't know why this story is making the rounds again. The phone scam, the can you hear me scam.
Yeah, I sent this to you.
But this is somewhat debunked. There are no cases of anybody like getting ripped off. It's like unverified, and this story comes right like it lays dormant like a locust for a couple of and then it comes back.
what is it?
It's the don't say yes story. So if someone tries to get you to say yes, hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And yes. And the claim is that if you say yes on the phone to these scammers that are calling you, that now they have a recording of you saying yes, and that they'll use your voice to do nefarious things. And this story has been circulating for What are you laughing at?
I'm just thinking, they file a case against you. We have your voice saying yes, 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 yes. I mean, it's just an audio recording. What can they do with that?
Well, the claim is that they can authorize payments and transfers, but there's no proof that this has ever been used. And the story, it comes around. It's like a virus that just goes away, comes back. The latest is, I got a couple of different stories. Who sent me this? You sent me this?
I did.
Yeah.
And Froggy did, I'm sure.
Froggy, you haven't sent me one piece of prep since we've been back.
Well, this is where I get my news, dude. You know how it goes.
Listen to this. The Better Business Bureau is warning about a potential phone scam making its way around the Tampa Bay area. Here's how it works. You answer the phone and hear the words, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" The Better Business Bureau said, think twice before saying yes because your response may be recorded. This is no new scam. The Better Business Bureau said they first were made aware of this back in 2017. This is an ABC Action News story from yesterday. Here's how it works. You answer the phone and hear the words, "Can you hear me?" The BBB said, think twice, blah, blah, blah. With this type of call, it seems to relate to robocalling. These are automated systems that do mass dialing to many consumers, and it's a computer-automated voice that asks a question. It could be, "Can you hear me?" It could be confirming who you are. The Better Business Bureau said, be on your toes when answering. So what can they do with your recorded voice? What the concern is that the scammers or marketing companies could use the word yes to identify that they agreed to sign up for some kind of program or charges their credit card, blah, blah. Anyway, this is still unconfirmed. There is no story, and no one has come forward to say, yes, I was scammed by them recording me saying yes.
I've gotten a robocall where the first thing is a female's voice is like, "Are you there?" And I was like, huh?
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello? Are you there?
Are you there?
They do that, and a lot of times they'll do, "Is this Roxanne? Is this Roxanne Wilder?"
That's a real person.
That's very specific information.
That's a real person.
Well,
anyway.
No, they could have, still could be a scam, so I never trust that. And I always say, no, it's not. She's not here right now. I'm going to take a message.
So
you put on your fake British accent?
I get calls from people, again, they look, they want to buy my house or they want to talk to me about insurance or whatever, right? And they'll ask for me, and I know it's nobody I know, so I give them the old man voice.
Hello!
And I tell them how my son just went to prison. He's in jail now.
The point is there is no proof. There are no stories. How could that be? If this has been happening for years, how are there no stories of anyone that's come, "Oh, yes, I was scammed with the can you hear me, don't say yes scam." And I'm sorry, I'm just not buying it. Roxanne, a few minutes ago, you had this look of shock on your face. Why was that?
Oh, you think I remember what happened a few seconds ago?
No, you just had
Roxanne, this is it.
Oh.
What?
Okay,
Listen,
that's
MJ.
right. Sorry about that. Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
did you show her something?
Yes, he did.
I physically showed Roxanne something that gave her face the impression of shock and awe.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. That
Yes.
you just 3 minutes ago, you had a shock face.
I make that face sometimes
do
from
you
a
wanna
text
know?
or from a, but this was something
Why?
Fester showed me
Was it shocking?
Hold on. Why?
It was shocking.
Why are you trying to distract her during the show?
to get me in trouble.
Yeah,
are you not engaged enough with our content that you got to run a side hustle over here?
I run side hustles all the time.
All right, so what's the story? What are you doing?
Do you know who Sammy Sosa is?
Yeah, baseball player.
This is crazy.
All right.
He was involved in the whole home run thing and the performance-enhancing drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And that was during
he's white now, like Michael Jackson.
That was during the whole Mark McGwire situation, Sammy Sosa. Yeah.
And the corked bat thing,
Froggy, who goes right to the last page of the book first.
Right.
Have you seen the latest picture of Sammy Sosa?
He has the Michael Jackson disease.
He's more Caucasian than
me.
I mean, he's whiter than the whitest person I know, and I don't know what to do with this mentally.
So
Shocking new Sammy Sosa photo goes absolutely
So
viral.
in the middle of our show, you're showing Roxanne a picture of a bleached Sammy Sosa?
Well, because I looked up the Cleveland Browns schedule, and it took me to like ESPN.com,
Right.
and then it tripped me to another sports page, and then Sammy Sosa's picture looked up, and I go, hey, who's this chubby white guy? And then they say, it's Sammy Sosa. And I'm like,
it's been like that for
no
years.
way. And I know how Roxanne has an affinity for baseball players,
Speak for yourself.
past and present.
Hold on.
And-
Shocking new Sammy Sosa photo goes absolutely viral. It looks like he's gone from a black man to a white man.
It's amazing. And even his face looks nothing like him, regardless of the pigment.
He might be Asian by next week or something. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe he's just trying out all the different races or something.
Maybe he's in a witness protection program.
He looks like Tito Puente.
Hold on. What is happening? That is bizarre.
He's getting treatments done to do that.
Is he? I mean,
Yeah, look it up.
I don't know how to explain it or.
Yeah, the story's from yesterday, July 31st, 2023.
He's been slowly getting lighter.
That is weird. Hey, Andrew, were you raising your hand for something? I thought I saw. Oh, we're moving on. All right. I thought I saw Andrew raising his hand for something. I guess it wasn't that important.
How does Sammy Sosa log into his cell phone now if he does facial recognition?
Do not compute.
That's a good point. AMC, the movie theater?
Yeah.
Yes.
AMC allegedly just had their best week in the history of the company because of Oppenheimer and Barbie, or Barbenheimer. Oh, did you see the Japanese are really pissed off? Yeah, the one of the movie companies in Japan used the whole I think it was Warner Brothers Entertainment. They used Barbenheimer and I guess talked about it in Japanese media, and the Japanese freaking out, saying it's disrespectful because of Oppenheimer and the development of the atomic bomb and the fact that Fat Man and Little Boy were dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. What? Little Boy was Hiroshima, and Fat Man was Nagasaki. Was that right?
Okay.
Fat Man and Little. Hey, Andrew, can you confirm which one was dropped where? So the term that was coined for the Barbie movie and the Oppenheimer movie being Barbenheimer pissed off the Japanese. But back over to AMC, I saw a story yesterday that AMC is claiming that they had a record revenue week because of the two movies. Little Boy was Hiroshima, and then Fat Man was Nagasaki. And wow, from July 21 through 27, it was the largest single week admissions revenue since the company was founded in 1920.
What?
Wow. That's 103 years of AMC movie theater, or whatever the original name was that became AMC. They're saying it was their best revenue weekend in the history of the company, 103 years. Because of Barbie and Oppenheimer.
They've had big movies in the past, but two movies the same weekend, and ticket prices are so high now. It's not like they're,
I don't know. When we went to see Oppenheimer at the Veterans 24, I think our tickets were like $13, $14.
Okay, so
I didn't think that was that expensive.
But that's twice as expensive as they were the last time a big movie came out.
I mean, as opposed to when, Independence Day came out and was another big, huge movie, tickets were like $8.
For instance, on Friday, we're going to see Oppenheimer again in New York. We're going to be in New York this weekend, and we're going to see Oppenheimer in IMAX 70 millimeter, one of the handful of theaters in the country that show IMAX in 70 millimeter, and we're seeing it at Lincoln Center, and I think the tickets for that are like $20 a piece.
Okay,
$22 a piece. So it's a little interesting. I got a couple of crazy automobile stories. So before we just did just plain crazy. This is just auto crazy. All right. Now, I got to figure out which one I want to do first. This is a weird Uber story. This is strange.
It's uber weird.
It's an uber weird story. Can somebody figure out what the hell happened here? This woman, this is according to Fox 2 in St. Louis. This woman says that an Uber stranded her, and then things got really weird. An Uber ride Friday night in Belleville, Illinois, which is right across the river from St. Louis, was supposed to take her home. Instead, Christina Caruso said the driver ordered her out at a gas station at 2:30 in the morning, and it only became stranger after that. I'm a very cautious person, she says. I always snapshot my driver before they pick me up to send to who I'm with. She took the first screen grab when she went to meet a black Dodge Avenger and driver Sarah outside of her friend's Belleville home. I walked out to the car with my friend Katie. It was dark, but the car looked like what was supposed to be picking me up, Caruso said. It took me a second to realize that we were going the wrong way because it was dark out. I was in the back seat, not really paying attention, and then we pulled into a gas station. She pulled up and said, "Your payment didn't go through. Get out." Get out.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Caruso knew her payment went through because she says it showed up on her account as an Uber charge that she also screen grabbed. She said the driver was adamant that she get out of the car. There were two men to my right and one to my left, Caruso said. As soon as I got out of the car, they were asking me if I needed a ride. They were asking me to get in their car. Get out of my dreams, get into my car. Thankfully, her friend Katie was tracking her on her iPhone when Katie walked out of the house to go pick up Caruso, and she found another Uber parked outside. He asked if I was Christina, and I explained to him no, that another Uber picked her up and then dropped her off at this location, the gas station where she was told to get out. He said that was very strange that it doesn't show that she was ever picked up and that she was still needing a ride. I'm wondering who the hell picked me up, Caruso said.
So she got into somebody's car thinking it was the Uber, but it wasn't.
But then the person pretended they were. This is weird.
And then they take her to another location?
Late at night in front of the house where she's supposed to get picked up. What happened? Was that like a hacking? Uber refunded her payment. When Fox 2 St. Louis called for a comment, the company gave her an additional $15 to use later. Fox 2 found a recent case in Kansas City that attorney Andy Smith of Humphrey, Farrington, and McLean is suing over. He alleges an Uber left his client on the side of Interstate 35. Get out on the shoulder on the interstate in a manner that really left her with no options but to walk along the highway to try to get somewhere. She was trying to do that and was struck by another party and was killed. Whoa.
Oh, my gosh. It's awful.
It sent chills down my spine. I got lucky, says Caruso. Caruso hopes video surveillance at the gas station could reveal who that mysterious driver was. The screenshot she took is one of the few clues, but it shows a plate number with at least one too many digits to be legitimate. What happened? All right. Is there an Uber driver that can tell us what happened here? We have a lot of Uber drivers listening to the show. We have Uber drivers that have picked up my kids and Michelle, and they're listening to the show. And they comment that what
Uber drivers don't know what happened. They got picked up by.
I'm just saying. I'm giving the facts here. Are there any Uber drivers that can tell us what do you think happened here? I'm trying to get. We don't know. But there are a lot of professional Uber drivers that know this platform inside and out, and maybe they have some idea. How does another Uber apparently go to pick them up, but they falsify? I mean, this is bizarre. If you've just heard what happened, if you're an Uber driver or Lyft driver, what do you think the explanation is here? Is there one, or is this just like 800-990-1047? 800-990-1047. If you're an Uber driver, you've heard the story, what the heck happened here? This is spooky. This is scary. So the screenshot she took of the Uber. She had a screenshot of an Uber that picked her up, but then the Uber that was supposed to pick her up shows up. How did this happen? And that trip, she said, was no longer in her history. So that whole thing just disappeared. She says it completely disappeared from the app after I was dropped off at the gas station. There's zero evidence of it other than I always screenshot my rides. The actual Uber driver who came, not knowing somebody else had grabbed me, that trip is still in the app available. It looks like a canceled ride because I wasn't there to be picked up. What happened here? This is like, I mean, I don't think she didn't hallucinate it. I don't think this was like an alien abduction.
Could somebody else be in the app at a stationary location and then send out a driver to pick people up in an abduction scheme?
Did somebody? Well, that's the deal. That's the question. That's what's so odd. Was the app hacked in some fashion?
Oh, yeah, exactly. It sounds like it.
800-990-1047. If there are any listeners that have any clue, any Uber drivers, I'd love to hear your theory on this. This is just bizarre, but I'm also telling the story as like a cautionary heads up. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Also, it's 8:39, so stand by between 9 and 9:20, folks. Coming up between 9 and 9:20, I'm going to give you the next MJ Cash Stash song, and you listen for that song. It'll play today, guaranteed before 6 p.m. When you hear it, be the seventh caller, and you'll win $1,000, just like Leah in St. Petersburg yesterday. And that makes $16,000 that we've given away. We've given away. I mean, this is the last 3 weeks. $5,000 a week is 15. Yesterday is 16. So, folks, grab your grand, and I'll give you the song to listen for in just a few minutes between 9 and 9:20. Keep listening to the MJ Morning Show. All right, phones are ringing here. Fessa, bring up the call screener.
Back to this Uber story.
Yeah.
Yes, so we do have a lot of St. Louis listeners as well. So maybe they can add some context to this. And when I hear stories like this, I am happy that I've been too lazy to take Fester off of my locations. You can always track me.
I still have Roxanne on my Google Maps.
Let me grab Pablo in Tampa. Pablo, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
We're doing fine. Are you a driver? Yeah, Pablo, we don't have a great connection. Are you there, Pablo? Come in, Pablo.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Pablo. What's the story?
Yeah, sometimes it happened before. You have a glitch, and sometimes they send two drivers to the same address.
All right, but what? All right, so, Pablo, are you an Uber driver?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's happened to you where you and another Uber driver has been sent to the same address for the same ride?
Yes.
Why would the first driver tell her to get out of the car at a gas station if, clearly it went through?
I don't know. It happened to me before that I show up and somebody else show up after me, and what happened is I take the ride and just the other one don't take any ride. He got canceled or something.
Well, listen, that's why I asked for Uber drivers, because you've given us a very plausible explanation. Pablo, thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for listening. Let me grab Adam in Clearwater. Adam, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, MJ.
Hey there.
Hey, I used to drive Uber back before COVID, but not since. I've never heard of this, but I did abandon somebody on the side of the road.
Wow.
All right. Who did you abandon? Why did you abandon? Where did you abandon?
Well, I picked up this guy at 1 o'clock in the morning at somebody's house, and it turned out he was using the owner of the house's account. And so I was to drop him off at his house, but he was very inebriated.
Yeah. Well, but then also 1 o'clock in the morning, inebriated, you face the risk of a vomit car.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Clearwater, Florida. I dropped this guy off on US 19 in Newport Richey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the address was giving me some sort of a mobile home park.
Right.
And the guy is like, this isn't where I'm supposed to go. He's like, can you take me over to St. Petersburg, which is at least 30 miles away.
Wait, so you're up in Newport Richie where the ride app told you to go, and then he says, take me to St. Pete all the way down US 19?
Right. And so that wasn't my direction. So I called the account owner, and I asked him, and he started screaming at me.
Why?
It was like he didn't know this guy. He was doing this guy a favor, and who knows in the morning together. But I went ahead and left him at the mobile home park. He said his brother was going to come and pick him up, but I don't think so. I just felt really bad about it.
All right, so wait a minute. Did the guy that you drove and told to get out of your car, did he get the owner's cell phone and unbeknownst to him book the ride, or what happened?
No, I don't think he. No. The owner was doing this guy a favor.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and so as a driver, I do have the account, so I was able to call the owner of the account. So I would suggest not offering rides to somebody else who's not on your account, especially if you're not driving with them.
There you go. Thank you, Adam. All right, let me grab one more call on this. Brian is in Tampa. Brian, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Brian.
Hey, MJ.
What's the deal?
I love your show, guys. I listen to it every morning on the way to work. But
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
I have a less sinister explanation. One time I was outside of this house, and this woman gets in my car, and I wasn't supposed to be picking up a woman, and I was supposed to be picking up a guy, and so she just gets in the car, and so then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I don't think I'm your ride. Is this, and I confirm the address, and then it comes, and about a minute later, this guy comes out, and he says he's the guy that I was looking for, and they were in the same house, and they just so they worked it out, and she got out of my car, and
I
I
got
got
you.
in, and
Yeah,
off
so
we go.
yeah, no, I understand that, and that's happened. People get in the wrong Uber, and you should confirm. That's why generally when I get in an Uber, the driver says, "Are you?" and they confirm the name of the pickup.
Right.
Brian, thanks for listening, buddy. Have a great day.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you. Did you say you love the show? Can you say that loud?
No, bro.
They love the show part.
Son of a. I kind of stepped on that, didn't I?
It's all right.
Yeah, he said love the show.
Thanks.
Listen, I love to hear that. All right, folks, $1,000 could be yours. In just a few minutes, between 9 and 9:20, I'm going to give you the next MJ Cash Stash song. Listen for it later today. Be seventh caller when it plays. Win $1,000. Simple as that. Hey, when we get back, have you ever heard of a car manufacturer? And this is an expensive, well-known, high-performance car company. Have you ever heard of a car company suing their customers? No, seriously. This is crazy. I was not aware. I'm aware of some of the quirks with this company because I've known people that have had this particular car. I've appreciated some of these cars, but I've never wanted to own one, and I still don't want to own one. They have a nice dealership on US 19, but and this is a worldwide brand. But I've never heard of a car company suing their customers. This is crazy. You got to hear some of this. We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. And then, Froggy, I saw an amusement ride story.
Mm-hmm.
So an amusement park ride story.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminded me, or it got me thinking again about some story that I think you completely made up.
Oh, no, that's true.
I don't. Listen, why can't we find it anywhere?
I'll get confirmation.
Hang on a minute. So we have an amusement park ride story, which is kind of a nightmarish story in itself.
And the tale that Froggy's been telling for decades.
Exactly. And then there's a story that Froggy's been telling us probably once every year and a half or so. It comes up on the show, and I'm calling BS on it. So hold on. Froggy, you find me proof. Hold on. We're back in a minute here on the MJ Morning Show. We are absolutely, completely jammed up. We got over an hour to go, including your chance at $1,000, and we'll explain coming up in just a bit here on the MJ Morning Show.
Found it, found. 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 Found it, found it. Take a dive with your sister in the rain. Let her talk about the things you can't explain. To touch is to heal, to hurt is to steal. If you wanna kiss the sky, better learn how to kneel on your knees, boy. She's the way.
That, of course, is the amazing a cappella sounds of Cantor Jonathan Schultz. He's from Congregation B'nai Israel of St. Petersburg, and he sent me an email last night thanking me for playing the song. Do we play that originally? Was it last week? I think it was last week. And he didn't hear us play it. And he sent me an email. Dear MJ, thank you so much for playing my cover of Mysterious Ways by U2 last week. I was in the middle of morning services when it aired, but one of my congregants heard it live and told me, and I found the segment on the podcast. Again, thank you. Also, Roxanne asked if I take requests. In a word, yes. I'll be happy to take requests as my schedule allows me to get to them. You know what? You know what I was thinking?
Did you know what Fester just did? That is so rude.
What did Fester do?
Take off your headphones.
No.
Tell him to take off his headphones and look at his ears.
Take off your headphones. What?
Fester, we talked about this.
Hold on, what?
He put earplugs in when you were playing that.
I put earplugs in,
which is very rude.
What is the matter with you?
Yeah,
dude, that is so rude.
Okay, I'm making Froggy laugh, and he busted my chops over this whole thing.
All right, here's what I want to do.
That's not nice.
Roxanne, do you have a request for Cantor Jonathan Schultz?
Don't Stop Believing.
Oh, that's a good one.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, Don't Stop Believing. You know what? Before I get to the car company that sues its customers, this is crazy. Why don't we take some requests? I was thinking about Come On Eileen. Wouldn't that be a funny one? Come on, Eileen. What?
I don't like that song as much as I do others.
You can make multiple requests.
Okay.
I mean, that song's too dirty for him to do.
What?
A priest.
Come On Eileen?
Yeah.
He's not a priest.
He's a cantor, which is the singing dude at a Jewish synagogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he can sing Come On, Eileen.
All right. So, any other requests? Froggy, come on. Give me one.
Yes, I have one.
Yeah.
Zombie Death Fart by Slash Face.
Is that a real song?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Zombie Death Fart? Please.
No, it's
the
not.
song
All right,
rules.
I tell you what. Let me grab a couple of calls from listeners. Remember, he did 867-5309 in acapella,
Yeah.
and he just sent us Mysterious Ways in acapella, which you just heard. What song would you like to hear the cantor do next? Let me get two more, and we'll give him three, and see how quickly he can crank out three more songs. So, Roxanne, I do like your idea of Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Okay.
I think that's a good one.
Thank you.
All right? And maybe he can, just stop, just like the end of Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he can do that.
It's a good song for a religious guy to sing.
I tell you what, give me a couple of great 80s smash hit staples or something. Give me a couple of.
How about boom, 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 down, down, whip it, down,
Whip it
I like
good.
that.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's not bad. All right, eight. Froggy, stop. All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Give me a couple of additional callers here, Andrew, with some ideas. What song? Give me a couple of 80s hits that you'd like to hear the cantor do in a cappella for the show. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Let's grab a couple of calls here, and I'm going to pick two more slots. So I'm going to give him three. So, Roxanne, yours is going to be the first one.
Thank you.
And then I need two more songs that we want to have the cantor actually perform in a cappella. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. All right, Andrew's screening calls right now. And I'm going to take a bunch of calls, and I'm going to pick the two that I like to fill the slot. Hey, also, what time is it? It is 9:05. So at any point now, I could give you the next MJ Cash Stash song. So sometime between now and 9:20, I'm going to give you the next song to listen for. It'll guaranteed play before 6 o'clock today. When you hear it, be the 7th caller, and you'll win $1,000, just like the previous 15 winners the last 3 weeks, and then Leah yesterday. We've given away 16 grand so far. $1,000 every day this week here on the MJ Morning Show. Let me go to phones. I'm going to grab Jeremy in Tampa first. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, Jeremy. What a cappella song do you want to hear the cantor do?
I'd love to hear "Everybody Wants to Rule the World."
Oh, that is a great one. Everybody. Oh, that is awesome because that's one of the best songs of all. That's one of my favorite songs. Great,
mine too.
Great suggestion, Jeremy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Austin in Clearwater. Austin, what's your suggestion?
Hey, you got to play the Ugaka Chi Gaga One Is Now Three song.
God.
That's too obscure, but thanks for giving me a reason to play it. Thanks, buddy. Let me grab Stacy in Largo. Stacy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Morning,
How are you
Stacey.
This morning. Yes, it's Eminem, Stacy. Yes, it is.
Yay.
What's your song, Stacy? What do you want to hear?
Aha, Take on Me.
Oh, that's good too.
That's good.
All right. I got you down, Stacy. Thank you. Let me grab Spring in Carrollwood. Hey, Spring, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, I was thinking Red Wine.
That's pretty good too. All right, I just wrote it down.
Hold on, they're all going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I
MJ.
mean, what do we do?
Because I'm gonna pick the two best that I like, and I'm gonna then forward a list of 3
what
songs.
song could Spring have possibly have said to you like, "Oh no, that sucks"?
Oh, me so horny. Oh, me so horny. How about that?
You know, that's the only song I would like to
How
hear.
about
from him.
Barbie Girl?
Thanks, Spring. Have a great day.
Here's a good one, Like a Virgin.
That's a good one.
I don't
That's a
know.
good one.
Tracy's in Tampa. Hello, Tracy.
Hey, how about Every Breath You Take by the Police?
That's good too.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, it's no me so horny, but
Thank you. Let me grab Jeff in Valrico. Jeff, what song should I add to the list?
Kyrie by Mr. Mister.
That's good.
Kyrie.
Oh, I got one.
Down the road that I must travel.
I'm not
Kyrie
sure.
liaison. Right?
I'm not sure if this is 80s.
Either that
Hold on, your phone broke up. Say it again.
or Thunderstruck by ACD.
Oh,
Nice.
I like that. Thank you, buddy.
I got one that might be too hard.
What is that?
Pop That Coochie. 69 Boys.
Froggy, stop.
Do it.
Knock it off.
Well, dude, I'm trying to make it creative
The
here.
phones have blown up here. Sherry is next on the MJ Morning Show in Oldsmar. Hey, Sherry.
Hi, how are you?
We're
Love
well.
your show.
Thank you. What do you want to hear? What song would you like to hear in a cappella?
Power of Love.
Oh, yeah. Huey Lewis or Celine Dion?
No, Huey Lewis.
Gotcha.
Screw Celine.
One of the best horn sections ever, the Tower of Power, in the recording on that song. Thank you. Hey, Andrew, let me just grab the remaining ones on the screen here. Phones won't stop ringing on this. Let's grab Daniel in Tampa. Daniel, what song?
I'm going to say In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep. In Your Eyes.
Good.
That is a top song. Thank you, buddy.
Good.
All right, 2 more calls. All right, 3 more calls. Dave in Spring Hill, what do you want?
I was thinking Like a Virgin from Madonna.
Yeah, that's what. Who said that?
Roxanne said it.
Yeah, Roxanne already said.
Roxanne said that already?
Yeah.
A texter said it too.
Hold on.
Was it you?
Hey, do me a favor. Give me a clean "aw crap." Go.
Ah, crap.
Love it. Hey, ISO that for me, Andrew. Thanks for the call. Brad in Lakeland. Brad, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Okay, so I know it's a little obscure, but I would say Jam On It from Nucleus.
Oh, wiki,
yeah.
jam on it. Jam on it. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Jam on it.
Yeah, that's an awesome song.
Oh, you know what?
It's
Michelle, get a load of this. Michelle was watching, I think it was on Sunday, Michelle was flipping through the channels, and the wedding singer was on.
Oh, yeah?
And yeah, that's
that's a good one.
wiki. Yeah.
Great soundtrack to the wedding singer.
Oh yeah. We know. It's the MJ Morning Show. We know. Yeah. All right, buddy. Thanks, Brad. Have a good one. Wiki. All right, the last ones. Man, the phones won't stop ringing. I'm just grabbing these three. Kathy's in Tampa. Kathy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi.
Kathy, what do you want to? What song do you want to hear?
My favorite song was "Hold Me Now" by the Thompson Twins.
Oh man, I've got a
That's
picture.
when I met my high school sweetheart, and we've been married for 38 years.
Aw.
Yeah, I remember I was just a little, 17-year-old DJ playing that on Z104 weekends.
We started dating in 1984. That song came out before 86. He asked me to marry him. I graduated from high school, and we got married, and we're still together.
Oh, give me more details about your entire life.
Froggy, don't be a wise ass.
I'm just kidding.
No, but you know when you know, and
Yeah,
when you
true.
find your soulmate, that was the song that did it. But anyways,
Kathy, you want to do a duet with me real quick? You ready?
Oh no, I'm terrible on.
No.
tongue
We
deaf.
got to do it. Ready? 3, 2, and I have a picture pinned to my wall. An image of you. Right?
Oh God.
Hold me now.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I have an auditory delay from chronic COVID, but that song "Hold Me Now" and them on the video, that's the only thing I can remember, and it is embedded in my brain. I'm sorry I couldn't sing it with you, but
No,
I
you
did good. On night tracks, you know.
Yeah.
Listen, you're all good, Kathy. Thanks. All right,
Thanks, Kathy.
Last call. Sandra in Lando Lakes. Hello, Sandra.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sandra. What song do you want to hear the Cantor do in a cappella?
I would love to hear him do "Rehab" by Amy Winehouse.
Oh God.
Want to be a rehab baby.
I said no.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, here's the deal.
How about "Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego"? A classic song.
I mean,
stylings.
if you're going to sing a cappella.
I am definitely going to do "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. I'm going to go through the list, and of all those suggestions, I'm going to pick 2 more and send them to the Cantor. Or,
God, you're going to make him do 3 of them? That's a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that means, look how many times he has to layer his voice. That's going to be a while before we get him. It's very difficult.
I'm sure we'll have them pretty quickly. All right, let me get to the car story. It is 9:12. What do we have? You know what? Let me do I'm going to give the Cash Stash song right now. I'm not going to make you wait much longer here. So it's 9:13. Let's do it right now. 9:13 at the MJ Morning Show. You are listening for, oh man, this. All right. So today's Journey and Any Way You Want It. Awesome song. That's one of my favorite Journey songs. I also like Be Good to Yourself. We don't play Be Good to Yourself.
We don't.
I like that song. I love, hey, bring up Journey, Be Good to Yourself. Let me know when you have it. That's another one. But, yeah, that's the song. Today's Cash Dash song is Any Way You Want It by Journey. Any way you want it. So when you hear that song between now and 6 o'clock, guaranteed, sometime during the workday, when you hear it, be the 7th caller, 800-990-1047, and win $1,000 with the Cash Stash here on Q105. As of yesterday, we've already given away $16,000. Today's winner will make it $17,000. Then we're going to be at $20 grand by the end of the week. All right? So good luck with the Cash Stash, and we only announce it at this time. That's why you have to listen between 9 and 9:20 here on the MJ Morning Show. And as far as Journey, Be Good to Yourself, here it is. I love this song. All right. So a car manufacturer that sues its customers.
A big company that we would all know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, we will.
All right. Does anyone have any idea what company I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. So I'm going to refuse.
How do you know? You looked it up.
No, I did not.
All right. How do you know? All right. You're telling me that you did not look it up.
Correct.
And you know when I talk about a car company that if you don't do everything they tell you to do, they will sue you?
Yes, I know exactly what company you're talking about.
Okay, smarty pants. What company?
Ferrari.
That is correct. I knew that they could be difficult. I know that I don't know if it's still the same, but you had to be approved to buy a Ferrari, and you had to own a previous Ferrari. You had to be on the green list.
I thought that was that for Bugattis, but not Ferraris. I thought Bugattis you had to go through a whole deal.
Oh yeah, the Ferrari's like the Ford Escort next to the Bugatti. Is that what you're saying?
I've just heard people say that Bugattis you have to be interviewed by them, and you have to go through a strict they have to check out your funds and all that crap.
Well, obviously, if you don't have enough money, you can't buy the car.
You can go to a Kia dealership and they still want to know about your funds.
Well, I mean, it's a little more, you know what I'm saying.
My credit score is dropping again. What? I can't figure this out. I've got nothing wrong. I pay my bills.
You got Credit Karma.
I owe nobody anything. I owe nothing to anybody.
Maybe they found out you got dropped from your...
My homeowner's insurance?
Yes, and so
Yeah,
that wouldn't affect, I'm joking. That wouldn't affect your credit.
Yeah, me and 5 million other Floridians. All right, so Ferrari sues their customers. I saw the story. This is a website called Motor Biscuit. Why does Ferrari sue its customers? If you own a Ferrari and are not careful, the Maranello Italy automaker will sue you. It is a unique aspect of Ferrari ownership, laying under the flash and prestige of the brand, and these Ferrari lawsuits take many forms to the extent that there should be a playbook of do's and don'ts. We'll explain and enlighten you on the perils of owning a Ferrari.
Wow.
Don't Bieber your Ferrari is a well-known saying among owners. It has to do with dishonoring the brand as singer Justin Bieber did. At least according to Ferrari, he dared to add his personal touches with aftermarket modifications and a blue wrap that Ferrari deemed unacceptable. Why should Ferrari, once you buy the car and drive it off of their showroom lot, why should they tell you what you can and can't do with their car?
You can't customize a Ferrari?
Guess not. It pisses them off. Enzo, he's spinning in his... he's just spinning in the grave.
I have a buddy that has a business that always customizes Ferraris.
Well, guess what? The owners will get blacklisted or something.
What?
Yeah. So don't Bieber your Ferrari. So Justin Bieber dared to add his personal touches, blue wrap. Ferrari said, unacceptable! The company did not sue him, but he can no longer purchase a Ferrari. They said, Justin Bieber, no Ferrari for you! So he can't get another Ferrari. Then there's the case of a Swiss fashion designer, Philippe Plein. I've heard it, right?
His name is Philippe Plein?
It's Philippe Plein. I think I've heard of him, right? Plein.
Okay.
He was sued. That's because he unlawfully appropriated the goodwill of Ferrari by using his car to promote his brand. The Ferrari lawsuit cost him $352,000 in compensation. That's as much as the damn car, probably.
Philippe makes watches. Maybe that's why you know him. But he's also he's a German fashion designer.
Do you really want to be Ferrari guy?
This says a Swiss fashion designer.
Oh, excuse me.
So is it Swiss or German?
You're telling me.
A Canadian DJ chose to psychedelicize his Ferrari 458 Spider with a wild wrap. Besides the psychedelic design, his logo is prominent around the car. Ferrari took little time to contact the guy. The company said a lawsuit was imminent if he didn't remove the wrap.
Really?
Yes.
Now, these have to be new cars because if you buy it secondhand, right? You buy a used Ferrari.
I would imagine. Oh, and also Enzo Ferrari said that they will paint the Ferrari any color you want except pink, which doesn't work very well with the whole Barbie craze.
Whatever, Enzo. What are you, in charge?
Is that not crazy?
That's nuts. Hey, you know it was a good movie? Ford versus Ferrari. Did you guys see it?
I did. I saw that a couple times.
Christian Bale was fantastic.
Yeah, he
No,
was. He's the best.
that was a great movie.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
You want to know something crazy?
What?
According to eBay,
Yep.
Barbie at one time had a Ferrari, but guess what color it wasn't?
It was not pink.
It wasn't.
Oh, it was white.
Because Ferrari didn't want her to have a pink one?
Because Enzo would go spinning in his grave.
I had a Chuck Norris toy that came with a red Ferrari back in the day.
Oh, man.
That was pretty sweet.
Red's awesome.
Yeah, I've had friends of mine with Ferraris, and
It's such a douche. I hate to say it again, but it's douchey.
But you know what? My friends, both of my friends that were into Ferraris, they outgrew them. They're done with Ferraris.
Yeah, because they're adults.
They had a number of Ferraris, a couple of friends, and actually 3, and they're out of the Ferrari business.
I have a friend who's big in the Pontiac Fiero game.
Yeah.
Jerry loves his Fieros.
So I've never they're kind of cool looking. But I've never desired a Ferrari.
I'd rather have a McLaren. I got one on order. on my sim racer.
You know what?
It was $9.
I've never wanted an exotic. As exotic as I went, it was a Corvette. One of the Z06, I had a ZR1. That's as exotic. I never wanted to get into like the exotic Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren game. It's just not for me. Just not my thing.
Wuss.
You call me a wuss?
You just don't want to get raced all the time.
MJ likes to go over speed bumps.
I'm just waiting for Ford to sue somebody because they don't like what they did to their Escort GLC or something or whatever. Do they still make the Escort?
No.
Escort's gone?
Ford doesn't make any cars except for the Mustang.
What about the Fairmont?
Oh, what a great car that was. My dad had a Fairmont.
That was a boxy piece of hell.
Yeah, we had a Fairmont station wagon, man. It made the trip from New York to Florida a bunch of times.
I want them to bring back the Volkswagen Fox.
Oh, guys, hey, when we get back, you got to eat these items. Roxanne, especially, there's one here. You got to eat it.
Okay.
You got to eat. I'm going to tell you what you need to be eating according to the latest, crazy science story of the day, which, these are pretty disposable. But anyway, I'll bite, literally, and we'll do that next. And then, Froggy, I have I have the amusement park ride story.
I can't talk about that.
Which I think that you
PTSD, man.
I think you've totally made up the story that you told me.
Yeah, I made it up. 25, 30 years ago, I made it up.
What was the song playing so we can get that ready?
You Give Love a Bad Name.
Oh, that's right. You Give Love a Bad Name was playing.
I can't listen to it.
Yes, Rox.
Can we talk about a certain birthday girl, too?
No. All right,
Yeah,
next,
yes, we
9:20.
can. No, yes, we can. You said it.
Who?
You told me.
Yes. I'm kidding. Yes. You're laughing at Fester.
All
right. Hang on. We're back in a second. Don't move. It's the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Morning show. It is 9:31, and the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is upon us here on a Tuesday. Mega Millions tonight, guys. I do have my ticket. You know, Michelle, my lovely wife, has this stupid stition that you can't look at your quick pick numbers. That if you look at the quick pick numbers, they are guaranteed to fail.
I think she's right.
I'm pretty sure that can't work.
Doesn't sound like it works.
No, sir. She has this superstition that you cannot. Have you ever heard of that?
Superstitions, yes.
No. Have you ever heard of don't look at
No.
your quick pick numbers? Yeah, she's always been like that. So I just here are mine. I did not look at the numbers for whatever reason. I follow what she says. So my tickets are in my hand. I'm holding it up to MJ TV right now. I did 10 games with the Mega Plier, so I got $30 in. So I can essentially light this ticket on fire right now. I probably shouldn't, because my Friday night panel at 10 games, I won $20. So I got 2/3 of my money back on a $30 investment. I got 20 back, which is not too shabby, actually, when you think about it.
It's a very reasonable way to lose money. Yes.
It is. But remember my adage that whatever you're spending on like Powerball or Mega Millions, that you got to be comfortable with taking that dollar amount and just lighting it on fire in your driveway.
Oh, you guys are so dumb. Yeah. You know the saying, fool me once, shame. How's it go? Fool me once, shame to you?
What do you tell me what it is? What is
fool
it?
Me, and then fool me twice. It's all your fault, right? I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know.
It's pretty close.
I don't even know why I tried to say it.
Hey, Roxanne.
Yes.
I have 2 items here, but there's one specifically aimed at you because you are a
female.
Correct. Eating chocolate can cut the risk of death by 10%. Bombshell new research. And of course, this will probably change. Next week, there'll be a story that that women that eat chocolate will die an early death.
Yeah.
I mean,
Seriously.
that's just the way the stuff goes. But the latest bombshell. Women who eat almost an ounce a day, 28 grams of chocolate, had the least risk of dying young from any cause, anything. The findings support previous studies suggesting antioxidants in cocoa beans help repair damaged cells in the body. Cocoa is also known to lower blood pressure, stop fat buildup in arteries. Researchers arrived at their findings by studying the health records of 84,709 postmenopausal women in the U.S. over a 19-year period. They found chocolate eaters are less likely to die of heart disease and some cancers compared to people who never indulge. Dr. Yangbo Sun of the University of Tennessee said the long-term health effects remain unclear. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Yangbo Sun is from the University of Utah.
Utah.
No, I'm kidding. It is Tennessee.
Oh.
It is Tennessee.
Good joke.
Yangbo's a female.
Oh.
Yeah. She said, however, chocolate also contains potentially beneficial components such as antioxidant and flavonoid compounds. But you know what it doesn't say? Is any chocolate okay? Is milk chocolate okay? Because you've always heard that it's the darker chocolate that has the health benefits.
It is the darker chocolate.
All right. Because the story that I have does not. Are you saying that you're seeing something that is saying dark chocolate?
I just know that intuitively. I mean, I just know that over the years. It's dark chocolate.
Well, no, I want to know what Yangbo Sun has to say at the University of
Yangbo Sun's
Tennessee.
the expert now?
What?
Yangbo Sun is the expert now?
Well, I'm guessing the Yangbo Sun knows more than you do. Listen, I could be wrong. All right. But seriously, and women, it seems that women benefit from chocolate, but I'd always heard that, dark chocolates are better.
Yeah, it's got to be dark chocolate. It just is that there's so many other things in the milk chocolate, like so much sugar and corn syrup.
The next item is new study shows that, strawberries are brain and heart boosters.
They're also they absorb all the bad chemicals that get sprayed on them.
So
that's a problem.
That's an interesting thing also, because we've had stories that strawberries are one of the dirtiest fruit. Meaning that the pesticides, they seep in, and who the heck
eat
knows?
them or not?
I know. They're in the dirty dozen. They're basically giving you the antioxidants to protect you from the chemicals you're ingesting from eating them. So maybe it's a wash.
Strawberries packed with polyphenolic compounds are powerful antioxidants, blah, blah, blah. Latest study funded by the California Strawberry Commission. What has the Plant City Strawberry Commission ever funded? Anything?
They had like a pig race.
Just checking.
Strawberry festival.
Just checking. Latest study funded by the California Strawberry Commission. Researchers rounded up 35 healthy adults, gave them 26 grams of freeze-dried strawberry powder and a placebo for 8 weeks. After a 4-week break, the two groups switched. The researchers were mainly interested in the impact of the participants' cognitive abilities. They also kept an eye on blood pressure, waist size, and other heart health. The results were promising. The strawberry-consuming group showed improved mental processing speed. The control group, on the other hand, displayed improved episodic memory. However, the control group also saw a rise in systolic blood pressure and an increase in triglycerides, a type of fat in the blood. Meanwhile, the strawberry group experienced a drop in blood pressure and an improvement in the body's ability to fend off harmful oxidants. So look at that.
All right.
Wow.
So now there's strawberry news.
If chocolate-covered strawberries, you're good to go.
Yes.
All right. Froggy.
Yes.
Are you sticking by your story that you saw a horrific amusement park accident when you were a kid?
It happened. Yes, I saw a kid get beheaded by a ride. And You Give Love a Bad Name was playing.
But you said that it happened in Tampa.
Yeah, it did. It happened at Christ the King Church, I think.
What year? Christ the King on Dale Mabry. You're saying
during their carnival.
You're saying that a kid was decapitated.
Just the top of his head.
So
right around the brain area.
It was like scalped?
Yeah.
Is that a politically correct thing to say?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Guess we'll find out.
Dude, I don't understand how you could think somebody could come up with a story like that. I've even told you the name of the song.
What year was it?
It was like in the 80s.
Could he just hit his head really bad?
How old were you?
He was dead under the cover, and the blood was at the top of his head.
All right, Froggy, you don't have to be that descriptive. Stop, man. You don't have to be that descriptive. All right, so what year was this?
It was like in the 80s. And I'm telling you, dude, I was talking to my mom about it the other day. She remembers it.
What's your mom's number?
Let's call it Mom.
What's her number? Write it down.
Write it down?
Seriously, write your mom's number down.
My mom's never been on the air before.
That's true. Wow, really?
I'd love to talk to your mom.
Your mom is never here. Write it on this. Right. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there is a story of an amusement park ride, and this is what's your mom? I don't even know your mom's name.
Her name is Patricia.
Okay, hang on a minute.
Lovely lady. She's also very traumatized by this.
Dude, this is your cell number.
No, that's
you gave me your.
It's not. Mine ends in a 3.
Reach Patsy.
Oh, she's not picking it up. Maybe you can try my dad.
Thanks.
Oh, it is. That's right.
My dad ends in a 9.
Are you
guys
serious?
all have the same number, but they end.
just like you do.
Michelle and I are one digit off, but the kids are all different. We have the same exchange. We have the same first 3 numbers.
Is that just so you can remember them more easily?
Why would your mom not pick up her phone?
She might be busy, you know. She might be
Yeah.
in church. I don't know what moms do.
Your mom, she's in church.
It's going right to voicemail.
Hi, you reach Patsy.
Oh, well, sorry.
The heck?
There goes the...
All right, hang on. And then your dad is 9?
Yeah.
Can we schedule something with Mom?
What's your dad's name?
You're kind of calling out of the blue. Big
This
Phil.
is Phil Coos' mom.
What the hell?
Your call.
What the?
right,
Why'd your whole family go to voicemail?
Obviously, they're busy.
Busy doing what?
Okay, hold on,
know.
MJ. What happens every time you call Froggy?
I need to check now.
Oh my gosh,
Who
we know where
never
he
picks up their
But
phone.
Froggy's rings and goes to voicemail. Their phone didn't even ring. It went right
Oh,
to
God.
voicemail.
That's why his
I
parents
forgot to
mock
check their
him.
carbon monoxide.
Did you buy them the detector?
Lord, oh my God.
I told you to get
The
that
battery
detector.
just died on it.
All right. Hey, so the reason why I'm
Yes.
bringing up the amusement park ride is out of Rye, New York. You've heard of Rye Playland, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure, they have the bread.
No,
Fantastic
that's
bread.
a famous place. Rye Playland up in Westchester County. The tilt-a-whirl would not shut off, and it was stuck in the backwards position.
Dude, I puked
Oh,
on my
no.
dad on a tilt-whirl.
Dude.
Those things are horrendous.
Some amusement park rides some amusement park. Oh God, the print is so small on this. I gotta squint. Amusement park riders in New York City were traumatized when a ride going backward would not stop. Wow, screams of joy became screams for help. They could not shut the tilt-a-whirl off.
That's awful.
It would not stop. It wound up going for minutes and minutes longer because they had to like disconnect the power to shut the ride off, said the general manager. Video shows traumatized kids grasping for their mothers finally getting off the ride. Oh my
Were
God.
the parents just screaming at the operators?
Yeah.
I would freak out if my kids were on that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember. What was the ride that I was on that used to like just make me nauseous? Oh, the Himalayan.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
And a Himalayan. The guy would be like screaming and playing rock music.
Hey, I remember.
You guys want to go in reverse?
Hold on, let me bring something up here. Hold on a minute. I got to try to bring it up. Let me hang on a minute. All right, hold on. All right, I got it. So I remember, I think I was at the State Fair in New York State. I was like summer camp, 1977 or something. And we were at like a state fair. We did a field trip from summer camp. And I remember being on the Himalayan with... this thing was just playing like over and over. It was like 70, whatever year. Hey, what year did this song come out? It was like late 70s. Baby, hold on to me. It's like 78 maybe or something. What I... Oh, so I said 77. Yeah, so that song was... So Eddie Money, Baby Hold On To Me was playing, and I was getting just violently nauseous on the Himalayan ride.
That's the one that goes up and down and in circles.
But it's on a track.
I saw a guy, there's a video of a guy getting in the middle of one of those things and trying to like dodge it and gets caught up and it like chops him into pieces.
I want to see that.
What is your deal with all... Come on. on, dude.
Carnival ride.
You're making this
I
up.
swear to God, you can look it up.
You're making all this crap up.
Probably on YouTube.
All right, folks, have a great day. You need to get a hold of me. I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com.